Lover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DG Ask 1041 FM KMOX. Happy post-Super Bowl Monday. How's everybody doing?
Good, because it's baseball season.
Almost.
Oh.
No, it is.
Mm-hmm. Technically it is.
There are players reporting today because of the WBC, so it's baseball season.
When does WBC take place again?
It'll start a couple weeks.
Okay.
A couple weeks. It'll be early on in spring training. I think it's like in the first week of games, something like that.
Are those games pretty easy to find?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're all on ESPN.
I watched it last time, but not like super closely.
Yeah, it's good, man.
So, yeah.
It's especially when you get to like the elimination round, like the championship rounds.
Yeah.
You know, the stakes are high. The players are fired up. It's the best. They're all-star teams, man. These are some of the best players in the world. So
yeah, it's almost like a real World Series.
What I really love about this is a confluence as a sports nerd you're not going to get very often.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the WBC and Olympic hockey happening very close together.
Nice.
And it's essentially just all-star tournaments.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, and they matter. These guys care.
Yeah.
Like the Olympic hockey players care. They're not there for fun. They're not there to make friends. They're there to win the gold because that's a big pride thing in the sport. And it's the same way in the WBC. Everybody there wants to win it. And they're all of the real contenders are legitimately into it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Do you think there are any events where people are there to make friends?
Yeah, I think there are probably.
I'm here primarily to make friends.
All-star games and such.
I am not here to win. I'm not here to compete.
Yeah.
I am here to socialize.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone who came out to the Pet Parade yesterday. Rach and Andrew and I had an absolute blast.
So fun.
So much
fun.
fun.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Dogs.
You guys didn't send me any pictures of any dogs and you're at a dog parade.
Oh, you just weren't looking close enough. Rach put out a bunch of stuff on social media.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
all over the Instagrams and the Facebooks, and we even made a little behind-the-scenes vlog that you can check out on our YouTube page, and that is linked on our Facebook page. If you've never been to our YouTube page,
Sweet.
please check it out, everyone. It was really fun.
I gotta go see the doggies.
It was so much fun. I'm a strange person. I probably not strange for what I do for a living, though. I think a lot of people are like me in that my most favorite thing in the world is attention, and my least favorite thing in the world is attention.
That's an interesting dynamic.
It is. It is.
Love it and hate it.
And yesterday, I knew I was going to be on a float. Okay. I'm not in love with that, but okay. And then, I don't know if you saw it, Wheels, but they have like this mast built onto the float. And it's sort of like where Roy Scheider was trying to shoot the shark from Jaws.
Yeah.
Or like if you're in a Banana Republic, it's what they take you through the streets on and right before they execute you. And so I was just up there ass out.
Yeah.
And I knew it was like a 30-minute, parade. And I thought I was just going to have to wave. And I didn't want to do that. I did. Like, I'm 61-year-old.
You haven't practiced your parade wave?
And so then they started handing me swag to throw. And in this case, it was sunglasses wrapped in a koozie with a rubber band around it. And they said, like, okay, you're going to have to find your way because it's a little bit awkward to throw, but you can't throw it close to the float because little kids will get their head crushed. So try to make it out into the crowd. And you know me, I'm like, okay, all right, daddy. And 1,000 of those things you think I threw?
At least.
Oh, a bunch.
Yeah, at leleast.
Because it like never stopped. But I was very thankful because I had something to do. And then I was thankful because it was fun.
Yeah.
Then I could like pick people because it like had a real left twist to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would kind of sidearm whip it. And it was really like if I'd point to someone and I'd hit them and they pointed back at me, I'm like, this is fun.
Dave's like, I got it.
This is cool.
This is your training for baseball season.
That's right.
It's your spring training.
That's right. And our guys from Purina told us right before, you're going to be so sore tomorrow. And I didn't say anything out of respect, but I thought, dude, the day I am sore from throwing sunglasses is today because I am really sore.
Everyone from Purina was so nice and just
Super
made the
nice.
experience
Yes.
really, really smooth and really fun. So.
Everyone was cool. Yeah, all the people were cool. It was fun.
Did you ice your arm?
No, it's
I
not
was
that
teasing.
bad,
I
but
was
I can.
teasing.
But I can definitely.
Yeah.
Like I'm sore. way more sore than I've been from playing baseball last year.
That's funny.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you again to Purina and Soulard and everyone involved with the Pet Parade. Let me say this. This can be a little bit schmaltzy, but I'm a schmaltzy kind of guy. The coolest thing about it, especially from my vantage point, being way up there and seeing every face in the crowd of thousands of people, it brought back, I didn't realize how much I missed seeing people happy, right? We just live in this sort of blah, somewhere between blah and meh, and I'm pissed, and I hate that guy, and that guy hates me, and blah, 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 blah. And just being around, I don't know how many people were there, thousands, and they were just happy and drinking hurricanes and dressing their dogs up like jesters. Like, we've lost the thread. And I know you can't dress your dog up like a jester and get drunk every day, but it was nice. It was fun. Don't you agree, Rach?
It was awesome. And it was just nice seeing everybody's smiling faces. And we have a diverse city, and there was a diverse group of folks out yesterday. And I don't know, it was just fun. It was just a good time. It was heartwarming. It's the kind of thing where, like, of course, being in a parade is going to be a good and fun experience, but I was just kind of blown away by how fun it was. Yeah, yeah.
Rach was rocking a purple wig.
I did. I wore a purple wig, wheels.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I'll send the pic in the group
Yeah,
chat.
well done.
And thank God I didn't wear my robe.
Really?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Too hot?
No, there was a dude there who had to spend $5,000 on his king outfit.
Whoa.
And he was like in the float behind me.
Uh-huh.
And I would have just looked like the biggest a-hole.
You would have been like the dollar store version.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the Diet Coke of the Grand Marshal.
Yeah, the thing about the Pet Parade, there were people who were dressed up, but it's much more chill than normal Mardi Gras as far as just the way people dress. I mean, there was plenty of festivities, but like I was feeling a little silly in my purple wig there for about until the crowd started filling out, and I'm like, okay, there's more people who are dressed up, but there were like blocks at a time.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I am the only person dressed like this.
Let me tell you who had the best time yesterday. Young Andrew.
Yeah.
First of all, Rage had to physically fight him from having more hurricanes. She had to be like, no.
I'm not trying to, I really wasn't trying to like be a killjoy, but he drank that hurricane
so
in, like,
fast.
would you say less than 5 minutes? He drank it.
And she was like, it was so good.
And he's like, it tastes like Hawaiian punch.
And mine was still full because I don't have a drinking problem. And
and who got stuck with it?
And I said, do you want to trade? Like, give me your empty. I don't care. I'm up there throwing sunglasses. Give me your empty and you can have my fully. And he reached for it and Rach is like, no.
Well, because I didn't want him to ruin his Super Bowl by like, look, I've been burned by the hurricanes at Mardi Gras before. you drink those as if there's no alcohol in them because they taste like they have no alcohol. They do taste like Hawaiian punch. And then suddenly it's like, oh, I'm in trouble here. So I was just trying to look out for my friend.
Good looking out, Rach. Well done. That's a double victory for Rach on Sunday. The wig and looking out.
Now,
however, then same drink ended up an albatross around all of our necks.
Well, yeah.
Carrying it around until I finally just chugged it. So I was like,
I
we got to
was-
get this thing out of our lives.
So I didn't even talk to you guys about this. I didn't say this.
What's up?
At some point during the parade, I said to Rage, do you still have some of that drink? Only it sounded like this.
Yeah, you're parched.
I was SpongeBob thirsty.
Oh no.
My mouth has never been that dry in my life.
Oh no.
I was ready for you
So
to
were you like
spit in my
yelling?
mouth.
Were you like hey, everybody?
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't talking really at all. But it was just like, I don't know, being up in the breeze and
It was cold.
smiling a lot.
Well, it wasn't that
Yeah.
cold, was it? It was nice.
Yeah, 45.
Yeah,
something like
not
that.
bad.
It was windy up there in your crow's nest.
It was.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to shame him. He told me this today and he owns it. And I think it's amazing Can you go through your food yesterday?
Oh man, I ate a lot of food yesterday. It was a bit much.
Wait, we had this conversation last Monday also.
Well, last Monday I thought I did a lot on Saturday last week.
It's called taking it up a notch, brother.
But this one, I think it was a bit much. So.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Well, so remember when we were there, Rach kept saying like, I haven't eaten anything today. And I let you guys believe that I also hadn't eaten.
Yeah, you did.
So I had, we made yellow curry with chicken and rice for lunch before I left. So I had already had like a big giant bowl of curry and rice and chicken.
Okay.
And then once we were there, I had the hurricanes, which were fine. You know, they're good. And then when we got to the tent, I was like, well, I'm going to be eating a lot of the Super Bowl. But I got to have a little more. I mean, I don't want to pass it up. It was good stuff.
It was a delicious spread, I have to say.
Yeah, so I had some andouille sausage, and I had a big scoop of jambalaya, and a big scoop of mac and cheese, and some cornbread, and a dinner roll.
Ooh, that cornbread.
So just a snack.
Yeah, and a Diet Coke. And then once I got to my family Super Bowl gathering, I think it was like I want to say like 5 chicken wings, which, as Amy pointed out, is not too many chicken wings.
No, that's a very reasonable amount of.
I had maybe a pound of this cheese dip that we made, and all the chips, of course, that have to accompany the cheese dip, because I wasn't just eating it with my hands. You know, you got to eat it with chips.
And the Joes.
And I had 3 sloppy Joes. That might be it.
That's not too bad.
That might. Well, it was
a whole day.
It was like during the course of the game. So not really a whole day, really more of like 3 hours. I ate all of that, and it was a lot. They were big sloppy Joes.
How did it end in the end? How did you feel?
I didn't feel. I also had like 5 cans of soda.
We all know how it ended.
Yeah, and it was me not feeling great. I thought some of it was going to come back up. It didn't. It stayed down.
Good.
It stayed down.
Stayed where it was. That's good.
But yeah, that I remember thinking yesterday, like, okay, this might be the most I've ever eaten in my entire life over the course of like a day.
Yeah.
It was pretty much a day of nothing but eating.
It was your Mardi Gras.
It's Super Bowl Sunday combined with Mardi Gras.
Right. What are you going to do?
And then we had to walk up that hill when we were leaving, and I was so out of breath because I had just eaten all of that food.
Oh, is that when we were deciding where to catch the Uber?
Yeah.
I noticed you kind of clocked that. You're like, are we going to catch it right where I'm standing?
Yeah, well, eventually you guys stopped, and you had kind of thrown out walking like another 2 blocks up to the light. And I was like, hey, here's fine, though.
Half a block.
I like
this is
place.
fine.
I think if I were an Uber driver, I would prefer this place.
Literally, I said, like, it's going to be pretty easy for him to get here. We go up to the light, then we all have to play fire drill while the light's red.
Yeah, didn't we? So I ordered an Uber XL, because there's 3 of us, and it was a Mustang coupe. And the guy clearly didn't want anyone sitting in the front, which is where Andrew sat. And
Yeah,
it was awkward.
Yeah, he had like an electric like scooter.
Neither
all
Rhea,
3 of us.
me or Rach were helping you out either.
I know. I felt bad because it's like I could have just sat in the middle seat.
Well, there's nothing. No, it's fine. Listen, no one wants me back there. Trust me, it's just better for everybody.
But it was uncomfortable because you were like, "You mind if I sit up here?" And he was like,
He had the
okay.
giant sigh as he moved around like all of his various items that he had in the front seat. And then I couldn't get in the stupid thing because it was so low and he had the seat so far up.
Yeah.
Then I got into it and I was like, as I kept talking to him about just whatever inane thing I could think of. And that was because I was trying not to have like a panic attack. I'm like so squeezed in there and I can't breathe. I almost had him just let me out of one. I was like, you know what? I'll take a different one. It's fine. This one's not meant for me.
It was quite a day.
That much is clear.
Quite a day for Andrew.
Squeezed into the little car after all the food.
To tell you guys about the Gelman team, going to be an interesting spring and summer. And by interesting, I don't know that anyone knows. I'm sure the Gelmans have a much better idea than I do. But I haven't heard anything nationally where it's like, oh, it's going to be one of these, or it's going to be one of those, which is why it's extra important that you have a real estate agent that's really, really good. And I would say this, if you don't hire the Gelman team, hire someone like the Gelman team. To all due respect of all my listeners out there and friends, like my son who has his real estate license but will probably never sell another house, or a couple people I know who sell 1 or 2 houses a year. That's great, but that's a side hustle. Go with a real estate agency like the Gelman team who do it every single day, 7 days a week, 365, and do it exceedingly well. If you want to find out what they think your home is worth right now, put your address into the front page of thegelmanteam.com when you're ready to talk. 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
How many of you think taxes will go up in the future? And if they do, who will get hit the hardest? Maybe it's you, headed for retirement. You've been saving in that 401k or IRA, and that money has never been taxed. And Uncle Sam is looking at that account like it's a big, juicy steak. What can you do about it? Join the All Financial Group for their Taxes in Retirement Seminar, Thursday, February 19th or Tuesday, February 24th. They believe a financial plan is not a retirement plan without a tax plan. Fund your retirement, not Uncle Sam's. Reserve your spot today by calling 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824. Or go to yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Lose the weight or stop smoking. Guaranteed only $59.99. Saturday, March 7th at the Residence Inn by Marriott, St. Louis Westport in St. Louis. Weight loss hypnosis starts at 11 a.m. Registration at 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking starts at 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
Make dinner, not reservations. Kenrick's Meat Market's complete Valentine's Day meal, including premium steak, side, salad, and dessert. Cook your perfect steak at home, all for only $59.99. Mention KMOX and receive a free bottle of wine, only at Kenrick's Meat Market. 100 years, one legendary voice. We live KMOX's century of service. Classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. So we're probably going to wait until 2 p.m. to talk about Super Bowl. It's a yearly tradition. You got to rag on the Super Bowl. So we'll do that at 2. Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage is a new client. He's very interesting. He really, truly is going to be with us live at bottom of the hour. Bernie's going to be with us today. Going to do the Sweet 16 of most iconic death scenes of all time. You should like that one.
Yeah, I got a lot.
Yeah.
Got 20 of them. Can I just make the whole list? No.
Sure, why not?
Just kidding.
Take a little off our plate.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really helpful.
I washed my Jeep for the first time today.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, yesterday. I think, okay, someone on the stream may be able to help me. I've owned a Jeep forever, but I've never taken my soft top Jeep through a car wash. I think you can. Like, obviously not when it's all off, but right now everything's on, which is going to be the one and only time this Jeep ever has everything on. And I want to take it through like a, waterway or something, but I'm too afraid to. So I have one of those self things by my house. Those are kind of fun.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
I went through one of the service ones yesterday also. I was like, that sounds like fun.
Feels nice.
It really does.
Yeah, I'm on the verge of having to do that because you get through these storms and you got all the salt on the road. You got to let it all dissipate a little bit.
For sure.
Otherwise, you just put it right back on your car as soon as you clean it.
Yeah. It's only my second white vehicle.
Yeah.
Boy, they get dirty.
I was going to say, is it good or bad? Not bad for salt, but bad for dirt.
I've always said that I don't like white vehicles, but I really loved this one, and people seem to dig it. So I'm like,
that's pretty good.
Okay.
No, it's a sweet looking car. Every car shows some kind of dirt, though.
Yeah. Good, Rach.
I was going to say, it looks like AccuWeather is saying we're going to get some rain on Thursday. That'll take care of my car situation.
That's your car wash appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Done and done.
Ran into Mark Close on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Went to the cycle showcase with my friend Julie Lally, and we decided to grab a cheeseburger over at Blueberry Hill. And Blueberry Hill's pretty big, pretty expansive.
Mm-hmm. Huge place.
And there weren't a lot of people there at like 3:30 in the afternoon. And in walks Close and Fern and said at the next table to us.
It's almost like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Did you say,
Cycle
what's going
showcase.
on, big boy?
Yeah, Cycle Showcase was cool.
Yeah?
It sounds cool.
Really?
The pictures you sent to the bikes were sweet.
Yeah. I don't know what it's my first time there. And it was twice as good as I thought it would be. Really cool. Really cool bikes. Met a few listeners. Fun. Good weekend.
Yeah, that's a busy weekend too, man.
Oh, totally busy.
I bet it was cool being in the pageant for an event like that.
It was like I've been on the pageant stage a few times to perform. But when you do, you're like, and this time they had like 5 or 6 motorcycles set up on the stage so you could just hang. And it was really cool.
It is neat.
Just kind of getting a perspective.
I don't think I've ever been in there when there wasn't like a concert going on.
It's neat.
Fun.
Sorry, I'm looking at the Blueberry Hill menu.
Yeah, what'd you have, Dave?
Oh, I love their cheeseburgers.
Okay.
Their how do I put this? Their burger tastes the most to me like my dad's homemade on the grill. Kind of tastes a little bit like charcoal.
Gotcha.
Burger.
Gotcha.
Which I like.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I like it.
It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Were you tempted by anything when you were there? Did you look at those bikes and go,
There's one guy in the corner that had a really nice butt on him.
Was that a part of the Super Bowl?
No, because at 61, I finally know how big my britches are. And I am not nearly a good enough rider to ride something that's $100,000.
I get you.
Or to ride a chopper or things like that. It's just not me.
I get you.
Yeah.
But I bet a couple you looked at like 20 years ago, maybe.
Yeah,
10 years ago, maybe.
Coveting like a mug.
5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. No, it's funny. There's a real pattern. Like I told you and Stewie, not that Stewie, but Stu, my manager in baseball, that I wouldn't even have to play I wouldn't have to play. I could just show up in my uniform and play catch with you, man, and Bob Ramsey. And then Rammer pointed out that's all I've done so far.
Except for the one at bat. And I'm kind of the same with motorcycles. Like, I just kind of like getting together and, oh, yours is pretty. Oh, yours is pretty too. The actual riding's a little scary.
Yeah.
Very first time I went on a bike ride was with about 30 other guys. I thought they were all like pros. It turns out they're all orthodontists. They didn't know how to ride any better than I did. And we're going like 100 miles an hour across the 255 bridge, just inches away from each other's wheels. I was terrible.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It was awful.
It does not sound fun at all.
Tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union. So I have had the same bank probably going back to like 95. They've always been fine, and they've never been mean to me. You know, they don't snort at me or slap me when I walk in or anything like that. But I'm always intimidated. When I have had to talk to someone, they kind of look down their reading glasses at you. And at First Missouri Credit Union, no one's like that. They just aren't. It's just super, super cool. Everyone's very friendly, very laid back. Because if you put $25 in a checking account, you're an owner, you're a member, and you're going to be treated with the respect that comes with being an owner. That's why we don't say yes to every loan, but we have a big fat thumb on the side of the scale to say yes. 4.27% on your checking up to $100,000. The lowest interest rates on vehicle loans. 2 locations down on Lee May Ferry. 314-544-5050. The number one STMOCU.org.
For 100 years, you've welcomed KMOX into your cars, your kitchens, and your daily routines.
You've trusted us through breaking news, championship celebrations, and the stories that shaped our city.
You've listened during moments of joy and leaned on us when times were uncertain.
From overnight shifts to early mornings, from one generation to the next, you've made KMOX part of your life.
From everyone at KMOX, thank you, St. Louis, for 100 unforgettable years.
KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Hey, St. Louis City SC fans, mark your calendars now. The Boys in Red return to Energizer Park to kick off Season 4 Saturday, February 21st. And you could be there for the dawn of a new golden era of St. Louis soccer. Go to stlcitysc.com/tickets and reserve your seat now for the MLS home opener versus Charlotte FC. Limited quantities remain. See you soon, St. Louis.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
It's a quiet and sunny Monday afternoon across town. Temperatures mainly in the 50s, though downtown may just touch 60 degrees. Tonight, clear skies, 42 for the overnight low. The evening, not too bad. Tuesday, partly sunny skies start the day. Increasing clouds during the afternoon, 62. Couple of spotty rain showers around Tuesday night. Wednesday, a couple of spotty early morning showers. Otherwise, sunny skies on Wednesday. 50 degrees, a little more unsettled as we hit Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com. Hi, Margaret with Eamon Gantner and Capriano. Before you packed your child off to college, did you get a power of attorney for them? Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com.
The choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't be based solely on advertising.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley. Cardinals pitchers and catchers are about to report to spring training in Jupiter, Florida, and I'll be there bringing you everything you need to know.
Listen for Matt's reports throughout the day, starting Tuesday. Sponsored by St. Louis Composting and Happy Roof on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS, happy day after Super Bowl Monday. Going to talk to Stewie here from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. And I've known Stewie for a few years, not as well as Kevin Wheeler has. He's known him forever.
My buddy.
But just got to know him again. And I'm going to embarrass him right off the bat. Good guy.
The
Good
nicest
guy.
guy.
Oh, very cool guy.
Boy, that's a good statement, opening statement.
You're a very good guy. You're a very good guy. So you think we're going to talk about mortgages? Let's talk about pastrami hot dogs.
Let's start with the good stuff.
Start there.
Let's start with the good stuff.
Season, right?
That's the good stuff.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's a funny story how I got originated. So years back, I'm a season ticket holder, and years back, we were limited on what we can eat at the stadium. Okay. So I went to this, what we can do is we can eat these things called super pretzels. You know, the super pretzels you can buy there. So I went to the stadium, and I was there with my daughter, and we wanted a super pretzel. The problem is if you keep kosher, you have to verify that the actual product is a kosher product. So we had to ask whoever was behind the counter and say, hey, can you show me the box that came in, make sure it's kosher? And they were kind of accommodating, but not overly accommodating. And so I pulled over one of the sports service guys, and those sports service guys are amazing. And the Cardinals, by the way, are amazing. And they said, where are you sitting? I said, I'm sitting in my seats. They came over with an entourage with boxes and super pretzels for us. And I said to the guy, you know what? Why don't you let us have some kosher hot dogs? This is baseball. You know, give us an opportunity to accommodate the Jewish community, and they want to eat kosher. And they said, no problem. And they set us up behind home plate. And ever since then, we've had a kosher hot dog stand at Busch Stadium.
I didn't know that was yours. And my son told me, he's like, there's a kosher dog stand right behind home plate. And then he told me, you got to get it with pastrami.
You got to get the pastrami dog.
So,
it's the greatest thing.
So we have pastrami at the time. We still have pastrami. And one of those days I came up and I said, you know, what happens if we take the pastrami, put it on the griddle, and then put it on top of the hot dog? So you got homemade pastrami, a true all beef kosher hot dog.
Yeah.
Mustard, sauerkraut, and onions. And, you know, I'm from New York, so we have to eat it a certain way.
Yeah.
And we had it, and all of a sudden it became a hit. So we got the pastrami dog. It's awesome.
What is a sin to put on a kosher dog in New York?
Well, first of all, it's a sin not to put anything on a kosher dog.
So plain is not good.
I know somebody that likes plain hot dogs. Right? Plain is, if someone comes over to me and say, I want a plain hot dog, this is not the right place for you. You know, you got, I mean, come on, you got to put mustard. I'll even accept ketchup.
Wow.
Okay.
Right.
I'll
You're
accept
generous.
ketchup, but you got to eat a hot dog. If you're from New York,
man.
you got to eat something. So, you know, from the kosher perspective, and you can always talk to the rabbi about this, you can't mix milk and meat. So you can't put cheese on it. You can't have I guess, do you even have hot dogs with cheese on it today?
I never have.
Oh, no, it's so good. Chili cheese dog?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I guess you can. And you got the fake cheese if you want, but you can't put anything dairy on it. But you got the all beef hot dog, you got the mustard, you got the sauerkraut. Deli mustard is what I like.
Yeah.
And the sauerkraut and the onions. We got grilled onions, and it's just phenomenal.
Do you ever work it? Do you ever like stand
I
back
do.
there?
You know, some people, when they want to escape, they go to maybe a bar, or I go to the hot dog stand.
I love it.
You know, everybody's having fun.
Yeah.
Right? It's the ball game.
100%.
The Cardinals are an amazing group of people who bend over backward for their fans to try to accommodate. You see people, you know, I'm in the mortgage industry, obviously. Okay.
Of course.
I actually had a customer once insist on closing their loan at the hot dog stand. He calls me up and he says, hey, you know what? You got the hot dog. I want you to treat me to the hot dog, and I want to close my loan. I said, can we close at the title company? No. So I had to buy a ticket.
Now that you said that, everyone's going to want to do it.
Everyone's going to want to do it.
Well, you got all the other stories, hospitals, all these other places
we've closed transactions. I closed 2:00 in the morning. There's a surgeon and he's buying a home, and we had to show up on the operating floor, and we dressed in scrubs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say which hospital, I'll get in trouble, but he came out of the operating room, signed the papers, and went back into the operating room. So we've had loans and people. I once had a customer in closing a loan in Chicago, and they were having their grandparents co-sign. They were in Orlando, and then those days you had to close and fund on the same day. Okay, you can do it differently today as long as the seller and everybody's on the same page about it. But in this particular situation, the seller wasn't flexible, and we had to close and fund on the same day. So I had to fly to Chicago, close the loan, get on a plane, go to Orlando, didn't even see daylight, and then fly back to St. Louis and get it all funded at one time. So, talk about customer service and what we'll do for our customers.
Yeah.
There you
You're
go.
really extending yourself.
There you
Hot
go.
dog carts and trips to Florida.
Yeah, we do what we got to do to make life easier for our customers.
So I've done several mortgages myself. I've represented other mortgage companies, and I'm going to fall on my sword here. It wasn't until the other day at your place that I really understood mortgages at all. So I've kind of been talking out of my butt. And I think a lot of people do because you think you understand it. Like I've always thought whatever the Fed said, that's what a mortgage rate is.
Right.
I'd never understood.
And the average person you talk to out there, that's what they think.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
So you want
educate them.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So back in the early 1900s, towards the Depression era type timeline, there was when the economy was collapsing, there was a run on banks. And banks, their biggest business is to lend money. And at the end of the day, they didn't have the cash for all the people that were coming to try to get the money out of the bank, and they failed. So the government instituted laws that basically say that you have to keep a certain amount of cash liquid in your bank at the end of the day in case there's a run on the bank. It's not 100% of the deposits, but it's a percentage of those deposits, okay? So banks' biggest business is to lend money. At the end of the day, they got not enough cash. Where are they going to get the cash from that are required to satisfy the regulations of having that liquidity at the end of the day? So they borrow from the Federal Reserve or they borrow from each other. The rate that they pay to get those funds between each other and the Federal Reserve is the Fed funds rate. It is not mortgage rates, okay? Now, what happens is the Federal Reserve has two missions. One is employment. They want to make sure that our people, everybody in the United States is being employed. And the second one is inflation, to control inflation. And what the Fed Reserve will do is they'll raise the Fed funds rates. They're the ones that dictate what that rate is. They'll raise it, which in turn banks will turn around and raise your credit card rates or short-term rate financing. This is not mortgages, but credit cards, car loans. And by raising those rates, you as a consumer don't have the ability anymore to buy that car because you can't afford the payment because the rate is higher. If you can't buy the car, there'll be more cars for sale. And if there's more cars for sale, there'll be less demand. The prices will drop, i.e. inflation at the end of the day will drop as well. So the Federal Reserve has two tools, one of them being controlling that Fed funds rate. And that's what we're seeing right now because it's a big tug of war, obviously, with the president and the president Fed chair about whether they should cut rates or not on the short-term basis. Now, mortgage rates, they go ahead and follow long-term projections. If the long-term projections of the Fed funds rate is to cut it, ultimately interest rates as a whole will go down and mortgage rates will go down, okay? If they think the Fed is not going to cut the rates, that means 5 years or 2 years or 1 year down the road, those rates are going to stay elevated. You're going to see a situation where the mortgage rates will stay higher. So that is what the Fed funds rates. It's the cost of borrowing between banks or between the banks and the Federal Reserve. And it immediately affects your home equity lines of credit, your short-term financing, car loans, and credit cards.
I wish you had been my macroeconomics professor. I got a D my freshman year in college. I didn't understand a word they said.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And when COVID hit, okay, this was the funniest part. When COVID hit and the federal funds rate was down to zero, they lowered those rates to make sure that it was cheap for us to borrow money so we go out and spend and the economy wouldn't collapse. We got an average of 200 calls a day of people thinking that the mortgage rates were 0%.
They did you no favors.
It got to the point, okay, and I don't even want to kind of express, but all mortgage companies were just not answering the phone.
Yeah.
It got ridiculous.
I can imagine.
And we our first priority is existing customers.
Yeah.
And we would get into them because the rates were low, but they weren't 0%. And we took care of them.
We're talking to Stewie here from Stewart's American Mortgage. We got about 4 minutes left here. Tell everyone what you told me in 4 minutes, why you can do what you do and other people don't.
So our biggest known product is the Bagel loan, BAGEL. Bagel looks like a zero. There's no closing costs, no title fees, no lender fees. If you have to pay for an appraisal, you get that money back at closing. Okay. We have a structure in our company that all the loans that we do is myself and my son. We have 10 employees that go ahead and they process it, underwrite it, all the things that we need to do to get it completed. But in terms of origination, we are the only ones. And the simple answer to that is, since we don't pay commissions to loan officers, which are required in every institution that has loan officers, okay, we take that money and pay the closing costs for you. It's a simple formula. And we save you money by giving you the same or better rate, and it doesn't cost you a dime. And this is really, really a big deal, because if you financed over the last 3 years, you know the interest rates right now are the lowest that they've been over the last 3-year period. There are a lot of people that are on the sidelines that are saying, hey, I want to wait till they go lower, okay, because it's going to cost me $3,000 or $4,000 to do. If you get the bagel loan, you get the same or better rate. It doesn't cost you anything. If 6 months from now the rates go down, you can always do it again. So this is a great opportunity for anybody that's in the market to refinance. If you're buying a home, you know, and let's say you're going to offer $400,000 for a house, okay? You get a counter offer for $405,000. You need another $5,000 to get it done, or $3,000 to get it done. You don't have the money. If you get the bagel loan, because it applies to purchases too, you can take that money, add it to your bid, beat the other offers out there, and it doesn't cost you a dime more. So this product, whether you're buying a home or whether you're refinancing, is putting yourself ahead 100 times over without it costing you anything. And it's not, you know, your mom always told you, and my mom always told me, if something was free, there's a catch to it. Okay. This is a simple formula. It's old time American thinking and customer service. We don't have fancy offices. Okay. You've been to our office. It's nice, but it's not, you know, it's not a fancy.
Yeah.
And you take the savings, you pass it along to the buyers and the customers. They earn the benefit, you do good service. At the end of the day, everybody's happy.
Love it. Love it.
I did my loan with Stewie, man. Nothing easier.
Pretty simple.
Easiest thing ever.
You can call or text Stewie on his private cell phone, 314-324-440. You can just Google the bagel loan or NMLS 226715. We're going to be seeing you at the ballpark, my friend.
Hey,
you're going to regret this advertising.
Anybody out there? I'm going to get calls now. I want to close at the hot dogs now, or free hot dogs. So.
Thank you, buddy.
We'll accommodate. Thanks for having me.
Every spring brings promises, and every spring delivers surprises. This year, the Cardinals are writing a new story, and there'll be plenty of surprises. Mac Polly is in Jupiter with inside access to Camp Cardinals.
Presented by St. Louis Composting. Composting, growing gardens and making memories. And Happy Roof. We always create happy endings.
From breakout performances to roster revelations, get reports throughout the day on the voice of the Cardinals. KMOX.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Missouri Valley Conference men's basketball tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union One, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. If your teen has been harmed by social media like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, then you could be eligible for significant compensation. If you'd like to discuss a lawsuit, text LEVEL to 323232, LEVEL to 323232, LEVEL to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, Media Advertising Specialists, LLC, is responsible for the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
So February is Valentine's Day, the month of love. So a lot of my clients are taking that sort of an approach to it. Universal Windows Direct showing you some love, giving you a really great deal. I can tell you that to the extent you trust me, which, some things can, some things can't. But you can trust me on this. I vetted them, and they are one of the top window companies. They have a great physical window. They have an ironclad, no questions asked warranty. Once you buy a window from Universal, you're not going to pay for that window in any way, shape, or form again. And the deal right now is buy 2 windows, get 2 for free with no limit. 0% financing for 36 months. So take 3 years to make those payments with no added cost. And $500 off your total home improvement project when the dust settles. 314-334-2522 or universalwindowsdirect.com. Welcome back, guys. DG Ask KMOX. Happy Monday. Kitty Bates says Blueberry Hill Burger with the soft pub cheese. Classic. Kitty, that's exactly what I had. Love the pub cheese. My office, when I was a lawyer for a time, was in the Chemical Building, which is where Dooley's used to be. And Dooley's was one of the original, along with the fatted calf. I'm not sure which came first, with the pub cheese and the burgers. And you just go through a line like a cafeteria. And so we would go there like 3 nights a week and just have a couple of beers and, pub cheese. That's all we could afford because we weren't making any money. And little fun Dave trivia fact, that's where I watched the OJ Bronco chase. Yeah.
I was watching it in a Park District building.
Were you?
I was at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Rach, you weren't born yet. No, you were like 3.
Yeah.
Rach's like, I was watching Sesame Street.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
I was watching Elmo.
You guys are making me hungry with all this food talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so excited I know Stewie now because I usually sit right there. So I'll be getting a kosher dog every time.
And when he gets his seats, usually, like for the Mets and stuff, he'll get seats down by the visitors' dugout. And
Wheels has been talking about those pastrami dogs the whole
dude,
time.
I'm telling you.
Him.
Yeah. I had one last year and I didn't know it was Stewie.
Oh, they're legit.
You know the thing about can 100 men beat up a silverback gorilla?
Yeah.
24% of U.S. men believe they could single-handedly beat up a chimpanzee.
Single-handedly?
Just them.
I know a chimp who begs to differ.
Are they bringing their rifles? Because if you ain't got your rifle or a sword, you got no chance.
I know a chimp named Travis who's taking all challenges.
Yeah.
Your face
People are
is eaten.
so
You will be a faceless
arrogant.
human being real fast.
I don't even want to take on like a chicken. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to fight a chicken.
I'm staying away from all these creatures.
Yeah. Pecking your feet.
Yeah.
Was it 24%?
Yeah.
They're all like 18, right?
You'd hope so.
You got to be pretty stupid to not understand the difference, man.
Either that or my age. Okay. When you're like 17, you're delusional.
Yeah.
And when you're 61, I've learned you're also delusional. Like when I hit the baseball and took off running and barely moved.
Chimp muscles produce about 35% more power per kilogram than human muscles.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
shrimps.
If you don't have a firearm, you have no chance.
You know what, though?
Even with one, you have a good chance.
You better not miss.
I was also thinking about this yesterday. I have no idea why this popped into my head, but I was pretty firmly on the side of the gorilla in the 100 men versus a gorilla.
Yeah.
If you think about it visually, I think I'm more on Kevin's side now. Kevin was very much 100 guys could take out the gorilla.
Based on what primatologists said, though, not based on my own opinion, they just said that the gorilla will wear out because they're not meant for endurance.
Yeah, you're gonna lose some men. Let's be very
clear. The first 50 of those 100 are dead.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to be the first one that wants their head ripped off?
Yes.
Yeah. No, thank you. But yeah, eventually they're not built for that, so they wear out according to the primatologists. But Yeah, I wouldn't want to be one of the people that has to go first. If I could be number 100, maybe.
I'm just trying to imagine the scenario where 100 men would
Zero.
walking
Through the jungle. Zero scenario.
Like you guys could just go your separate ways.
Yeah, I know,
That's
exactly.
an option.
Well, now, Kevin, are you thinking of it as one at a time? Like,
no, I mean,
okay.
like if you could, if
I'm not
humans,
so sure.
if humans could be like strategizing, and there's a group of 10 over here and 20 over here,
swarming them.
Yeah. I mean, it would have to be.
You got to swarm.
If you
them.
went one-on-one, I don't think the 100 win, because it would just be too fast for the gorilla with the one guy. Be like, okay, pop your head off. Who's next? As opposed to attacks from the back and from the side and all these different things, confusing it and wearing it out. Yeah.
You got to swarm them.
Go to sleep's at 100 gorillas versus Chuck Norris is more of a fair fight.
Chuck Norris is 85 years old.
Yeah, that's what gives the gorillas a chance. You don't got all the Chuck Norris.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll talk about the Super Bowl, our impressions of the game, of the warring halftime shows. I'll give you a little preview, though. I can't remember if I texted you guys last night or if I texted Gazelle, but I cried on 2 consecutive commercial breaks. I famously hate the Super Bowl ads, and I do, and I especially did last night. I don't even remember what it was, but it was a commercial for Lay's potato chips.
Oh yeah, you told us you cried.
The family one,
Yes.
where it was like, come on, Paw, let's go out one more time.
Yeah, that was it.
Onto the dirt
That
farm,
was it.
Paw. And then they went out on a stupid tractor, and then it was like, potato chips made by a family. And it's like, I don't care.
I'm going to start crying now just from you telling it.
Is it the pawpaw?
It was just the farm and like the daughter, and then like that guy's going to be dead soon,
He just wants some chips. Just give him his chips.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan. If it's cold outside, the team at Morelli Tuck Pointing is still busy. During colder months, Morelli can inspect any exposed brick inside your house. If your basement has a stone or black wall, Morelli can remove the worn-out mortar from that wall and replace it with new mortar. This tuck pointing work will reinforce your foundation, prevent water from entering your home, and thwart pests. This is a great time to get the inside of your garage inspected, and the same goes for your brick or stone fireplace. I've used Morelli Tuck Pointing to repair the chimneys, walkways, and walls of 2 homes here in St. Louis. The Morelli bids are fair, their crews are super polite, and they clean their job sites. Don't take my word for it. Check out the reviews on Google. Winner of the BBB Torch Award and the Next Door Neighbor Fave Award, 35 years in business, and A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Tell you guys about Michael's Flooring Outlet. Mike is my longest running client. I started October 16th of 2000, and he joined me in November of 2000 with Michael's Flooring. I think he'd been in business about 5 years before that, so about 30 years total. And his message has never changed. I swear to you, the copy I have in front of me in my hand is the same copy I had on day one. And one of the best pieces of advice anyone ever gave me about how to do a live endorsement was Mike. And he said, look, I'm a simple guy. I have a simple business, very straightforward. And so when you find yourself doing the same live endorsement for me over and over and over again, just don't try to make it Don't hurt yourself. Don't try to make it too funny. Don't try to make it too interesting. Don't try to make it too sexy. Just return to first principles that it is the same flooring that everyone else has, Home Depot and Lowe's and Lumber Liquidators, dropped off by the same guy in the same van on the same day. It's just that we price ours lower and give you better customer service. That is the key. That's the magic to the success of his 3 locations. Find the nearest one to you at michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
For 100 years, KMOX has been a part of St. Louis. Now, those moments live on, preserved, remastered, and ready to be heard again. Discover KMOX from the Archives, a podcast featuring classic audio from a century of service.
Sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original.
The KMOX from the Archives podcast, available now at KMOX100.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we've got sunshine right now, 52 degrees downtown at the Arch. Representative James Comer spoke at the U.S. Capitol after the virtual deposition of Ghislaine Maxwell. As expected, Ghislaine Maxwell took the fifth and refused to answer any questions. This is obviously very disappointing, said Chairman Comer. Torian Small has more from Capitol Hill.
Mum's the word on more information about deceased convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein from his closest associate. Jailed co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell refused to answer questions from members of the House Oversight Committee Monday during a virtual closed-door deposition pleading the Fifth Amendment. Committee Chairman James Comer called the move disappointing, but pointed to at least 5 other upcoming depositions related to the panel's investigation, including hearings with Bill and Hillary Clinton. Democrats slam Maxwell's lack of cooperation, claiming she's angling for clemency from President Trump. She's serving a 20-year sentence for sex trafficking.
UK opposition leader Kemi Badenoch tells Prime Minister Starmer to get a grip. He faces increased calls to step down after Starmer's chief of staff quit Sunday, saying he took responsibility for advising Starmer to name Peter Mandelson as ambassador to the U.S., despite his known links to Jeffrey Epstein.
The Prime Minister is the architect of his own misfortunes, and all of the chaos and instability we're seeing is completely self-inflicted. This is a Labour psychodrama right now.
The Trump administration is standing by its Commerce Secretary amid calls for his resignation.
A growing list of lawmakers, both Democrats and Republicans, want Howard Lutnick out after newly released Justice Department files linked him to Jeffrey Epstein. The documents suggest Lutnick kept ties with Epstein longer than he previously admitted, and they say that's a serious breach of trust. Lutnick maintains the contact he had with the convicted sex offender was limited and insists he did nothing wrong. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
The one-year ban on data centers in St. Charles could become permanent.
The Planning and Zoning Commission is holding a public hearing tonight at 6 on a new proposal to put a permanent data center ban in place. It would not affect smaller data centers or server rooms, but is aimed at massive projects like last year's 5-building, 285,000 square foot project. St. Charles Assistant Director of Community Development tells the Post-Dispatch it took a few months for even city staff to understand just how much water and electricity such a project would require because the numbers were just so big. Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
The Seahawks celebrate winning the Super Bowl. Luke Ducey was there.
The 12s here tell me this win means more to them than anything anywhere will know.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, I mean, it means everything. To me personally, it means everything.
I'm here with my son. How can it get any better than that? Luke Ducey, Kyra News Radio.
Down from Stiefel up 73 points to 50,189. Stole vehicle 270 east to Telegraph on the right shoulder. Some road work on Lindbergh going south at 367. Right lane is closed there.
It's a quiet and sunny Monday afternoon across town. Temperatures mainly in the 50s, though downtown may just touch 60 degrees. Tonight, clear skies, 42 for the overnight low. The evening, not too bad. Tuesday, partly sunny skies start the day. Increasing clouds during the afternoon, 62. Couple of spotty rain showers around Tuesday night. Wednesday, a couple of spotty early morning showers. Otherwise, sunny skies on Wednesday. 50 degrees, a little more unsettled as we hit Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Blue sky right now, 52 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has you covered. Renner's been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. RennerDoorSTL.com.
RENNER, RENNER.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Monday to you, right? Yes.
Yep.
A few minutes past 2 p.m. One more thing before we go move on to the Super Bowl. I was just telling Wheels on break that Rach and Andrew, I think you guys will agree with this. I don't know how they know, but I'm completely convinced that yesterday at the dog parade, the dogs knew it was about them. Like they were different than they would be like walking in a neighborhood. They know that's about mom and dad. But yesterday, somebody like putting on a clown outfit or something, they were just meeting each other like, yeah, I'm with my human.
Like a family reunion.
Like a family reunion, yeah. You don't smell my butt, just like my family reunions.
Yeah, surprisingly, I didn't see that much butt smelling going on between the dogs.
I saw a ton.
Really? I guess I wasn't looking for it.
Yeah. I mean,
I felt they were all very well behaved.
Dogs pick up on energy. Like they pick up on body language. They pick up on things that we might see subtly, or if we study it, we might see it, but they just pick it up. So they know when everybody's in a good mood. They know when it's happy. They see all these other dogs and they're like, great, this is a party. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk Super Bowl. And let's start out with the battle of the halftimes. And you're probably going to be mad at me because I'm going to give kind of a boring take. My usual, what I consider to be reasonable and logical, and you can agree or disagree, and you can let us know in the stream or what have you. I'm sure the guys, we haven't even talked about this, so the guys will probably have a slightly different take than me. Neither of the halftime shows were for me. I'm not Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I'm not from the Latina culture. I watched it, but as a citizen, as an American, I have the capacity to respect and value a segment of my fellow Americans that I'm not steeped in, right? It was totally fine. Again, I don't understand the language, so I had trouble following it, but it was an interesting visual show, and I found nothing objectionable. And over on the TPUSA, that's not for me. I'm not a very religious fellow, but when I was, the Jesus I remember is very different from the Jesus you guys talk about. And I'm not into country music, and I don't have a chip on my shoulder. So I like what TPUSA talks about as like traditionalism and getting the past back is not my past. That wasn't my past. So I don't view it that way. But if you want to have Kid Rock and you want to have country artists and stuff, same way. I respect it. I value it. I don't agree with it. It's not for me, but knock yourselves out. But the fact that I think the bigger story in my mind is that we are so jacked up on Dr. Pepper, like at a Baptist church lock-in. We're so jacked up against each other, and we're so protective of our little fiefdoms that even the Super Bowl has to be the Coliseum for us. We have to hate Bad Bunny, and we have to hate, they talked about Charlie Kirk. Just just let them have their thing, man. You know, do I miss Tom Petty and Foo Fighters and Rolling Stones? Yes, because that's for me. But it's a big country. And I'm just going to give a little version of what I did a big rant on about a week ago, which is our founding fathers set this up as a melting pot. I'm not talking about illegal people. That was never a part of it, but it's become a part of it. But they definitely set it up for people to immigrate here from other places in the world. And it worked, and it happened, and we have a melting pot, and some of us don't like it. But as Wheels always says, Wheels and my dad, you can wish in one hand and crap in the other. This is the new America. So we kind of gonna have to learn to live with our roommates, right? I mean, that's just, it's a new thing. And here's another thing. And maybe I'm being too self-deprecating and giving up too much, but I'm 61. I would be shocked if the Super Bowl was for me, right? I'm no longer in any sort of a sexy category of age or demographics. So that was my thought. Rach, want to jump in?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the halftime show. It's not really my type of music. I'm not going to start listening to Bad Bunny now, but I thought the performance itself was great and it was really fun. And Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States, so I really don't have a problem with it. I don't know. I don't really want to spend any time arguing with people who didn't like it. All right, fine, whatever. I hope you enjoyed the Turning Point USA halftime show. I did pull that up on my phone for a second. I don't really know any of those artists. I've heard of Kid Rock. I couldn't really tell you Kid Rock songs. I don't have any desire to watch him perform. The guy that was performing when I pulled it up, I had never heard of. I just didn't really care. But if people enjoyed watching it, I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a good time with your special show that you had to put on, because I guess speaking Spanish is bad. I don't care.
But you speak ba with a ba, though.
I mean, whatever.
I mean, read Kid Rock's lyrics. I'm not sure you'll understand those either, unless you understand drugs and hookers, because that's what the song's about. I mean, it's more than that. It's about, basically everybody who's a freak is okay with me, and we can get in the pit and try to love someone. I mean, it's that, but he's singing about drinking. He's singing about, having sex and all this stuff. And my pop, I didn't watch either one of them. I almost never watched the halftime show because, like you're saying, Dave, it's not for me. It never is. And it's fine. I don't complain about it. I just, when I'm at a party, I go do something else and talk to someone. Last night, I set a timer and I played video games for 25 minutes and came back when the game was starting, because it's not for me and I don't get caught up in it. I do find the messaging and the timing and all of that to be interesting and stupid. If you want to create your own halftime show and you want it to be family friendly, I get you. I get what you're trying to do. Not that, I mean, some of the Super Bowls at the past, the halftimes have been a little racy, although I didn't hear any of these same people complaining when it was Shakira and J-Lo, singing in Spanish or doing whatever because it's two hot ladies and they didn't care about that. But Bad Bunny, we can't handle that. Even though he's one of the most successful recording artists on the planet. I couldn't care less about him. I can't name a single song. But I know that he outsells most people not named Taylor Swift. He
outstreamed Taylor Swift on Spotify last year.
So if you want to know why he's there, the NFL goes for the biggest reach because they're trying to reach the largest audience possible every single year. They're not trying to cater to one audience. They're trying to cater to the entire world because they want the Super Bowl to be the biggest event in the world. So when they put these artists out there, it's never going to be what I like. It's never going to be what most people are if you think about your mainstream middle-class people, it's going to be whatever's the biggest around the world. That's why they're going for who they go for. And that's what Bad Bunny is. That's what the choice was about. Trying to get people that aren't normally football fans to watch because that will make more money for the NFL. And that's all the NFL cares about.
Because they got me and you.
Yeah. I mean, they're not losing the football fans. We're not going anywhere. So they're trying to bring in more and more as they can go. That's it. The NFL cares about the bottom line. They don't care about anything else. They're not trying to make political statements. They're not trying to do anything but make as much money as they can possibly make. On the other side, though, if you're going to tell me that you want to offer a more truly patriotic thing, why are you picking Kid Rock? First of all, he's kind of a has-been. Second of all, he's been 6 different things in his life. He was born a rich kid who pretended that he was from the street so he could pretend that he was a rapper. And when the rapping thing didn't work out, he went to rap and metal, which is what I actually liked. I've seen Kid Rock perform live way back when they opened for Metallica. And it was a fine rock show. It's rock and rap. It's fine. And then he became something else when that stopped working. He became, I'm going to rip off all the country songs, all the Southern rock. And he didn't just like play off of that. He just redid their own songs. Werewolves of London and all. That's all he did. Sweet Home. I mean, he just changed songs and made them his own. And now he's something else entirely because he knows that's what's going to sell. And if you can't pick up what that's laying down, I don't know what you're doing. But a guy that changes his identity every handful of years because he's not making as much money as he used to should be telling you a story. And it is that he's just showing you what he wants you to see so you'll buy his stuff. And if he's the most gifted guy that you could get to be the, quote, alternate halftime show, you got to work a little harder. I got to believe there are better people out there that are going to fit your message, too. I mean, what does he fit the message? In what way? Did you see the lyrics of the songs? I mean, he has Jesus in one of his new songs, so I guess that makes the opening song no big deal. That he's out there talking about. I don't even know if I want to say the lyrics, but I know them from back in the day. You know, who do you think he means by the G's with the 40s and the chicks with beepers? What do you think he means of that when he wrote that song in the 1990s? All the crackheads, the critics, the cynics, and all my heroes in the methadone clinic, all the bastards at the IRS. He goes on and on and on. It's not a song that anybody would say is family friendly. But yet that's the person. That's the thing that bothers me is the weirdness about it. The NFL is very clear in what they are. They're a money-making machine, and that's what they do. That's all they do. What was the point of all of that? If not to just further divide people. Or to make money. I don't know, maybe they're just trying to make money too.
I mean, yeah, that's clearly what they're trying to do. They saw an opportunity where Turning Point saw an opportunity. People were mad that Bad Bunny had spoken out against ICE, wasn't doing shows in the United States because he didn't want ICE showing up to his concerts. They capitalized on that controversy. They're not doing a show to create like a
good point.
It's a fun family alternative. It's like, no, they're trying to make money.
Good point.
And if they want to, fine, like go watch it. I don't, dude, whatever. I'm so tired of trying to like convince people of anything. It's like, fine. I really don't care. I just don't. Like trying to apply logic to some of this stuff is fruitless. Yeah,
apparently it is because nobody's consistency doesn't mean a thing.
Right. So it's just like, okay, I hope you guys had fun.
I honestly can't even remember the last time I watched a halftime show where I was paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Probably the last time they had a rock band.
Foo Fighters and Prince.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And then I remember a whole bunch of other ones where a whole bunch of people were dancing and they're dressed like tampons or I don't know. And you're just like, okay.
At the end of Bad Bunny's performance, he like shouted out basically all of North and South America and like had all the flags and everyone's carrying the flags. And there's this big billboard up that says the only thing more powerful than hate is love. Like I thought that was a really nice unifying moment for people who are interested in unity.
Not to be too snarky, but it's the kind of sentiment that Jesus would have liked. The Jesus I met when I was 18 years old. The guy I still have in my head. Kind of a raving liberal. If you get right down to it, the New Testament. Like, yeah. Just whatever you have, give to this person. Just give it. Just give it all. You know, welcome people. Yeah.
I mean, you know. What was that saying? Whatsoever you do to the least of my people, that's what you do to me.
Tell you guys about Dr. Kathy Maupin and Dr. Rachel Sullivan and BioBalance Health, where, as you know, they do two things. One building is strictly for the pellets, and it is just, I wouldn't say it's like a machine because it sounds so impersonal, but in a way it is, which is great for you because say I was getting my pellets tomorrow at 9:15. Get there at 9. I'd check in, sit there, 6 so other people in the waiting room. Caroline comes out. Hey, Dave, come on in. How's Phoebe and KU? Because she's a Jayhawk. Talk pleasantly. How you feeling? And then, you drop your drawers, and about 5-8 minutes later, the pellets are inserted, and you go about your way. I don't bruise. I don't have pain afterwards, and I don't see her again for 6 months. But during that 6 months, I'm going to feel better. Things are better in the bedroom. Things are better in the boardroom. Things are better in the gym. Things are just better, like overall, they just are. And then next door, we have BioBalance Skin, where they do injections like fillers and Botox and microneedling and things like that. So if you have, especially an event, I'm a big fan of that, where you want to look your best, reach out, biobalancehealth.com.
What's up, world? It's Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP, chicken farmer, and now host of Free Range. This is a show where I go off the field and off the script. We're talking what's hot in music, film, trending news, and everything blowing up your feed. If you love football, you'll feel at home. But if you're here for the vibes, the internet deep dives, the conversation, this is your podcast. Join me every Wednesday. Follow and listen to Free Range with me, Von Miller, everywhere you get your podcast.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Hey, St. Louis City SC fans, mark your calendars now. The Boys in Red return to Energizer Park to kick off Season 4 Saturday, February 21st. And you could be there for the dawn of a new golden era of St. Louis soccer. Go to stlcitysc.com/tickets and reserve your seat now for the MLS home opener versus Charlotte FC. Limited quantities remain. See you soon, St. Louis. At Gray Bar, we know your time is money. That's why our services go beyond parts and products. With kitting, pre-assembly, wire carts, and Gray Bar smart reels that keep you moving. We stage materials and manage logistics so you can spend less time sorting and more time installing. And with locations nationwide, we deliver when and where you need it, working to make your job easier every step of the way. Yep, Gray Bar does that.
Hey, St. Louis, need to sell your home fast? The Gelman team with eXp Realty can make you an instant cash offer in just 24 hours. No showings, no repairs, no waiting. Visit thegelmanteam.com or give them a call at 314-336-1991.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Lose the weight or stop smoking. Guaranteed only $59.99. Saturday, March 7th at the Residence Inn by Marriott, St. Louis Westport in St. Louis. Weight loss hypnosis starts at 11 a.m. Registration at 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking starts at 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, DGS 222. Now, I will be judgmental about one thing about the Super Bowl. And this is totally a 61-year-old Midwestern white guy rock musician take. I miss bands.
Yeah.
I miss not having to have 400 dancers dressed like sawgrass. Like, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate Phantom of the Opera, but I don't want to see it again soon, you know? Like, I miss just bands. Guys in T-shirts and jeans with amps and just playing. But that's me.
Yeah, and it's just, there's just not that many bands out there.
I thought about that,
days,
Rage.
you know?
I thought, who would they get?
Yeah, I mean, what are the biggest bands of like my generation? That would be like probably the Killers. When you say Andrew is probably about as big as it gets. People don't want to see the Killers do a halftime show. I'm sorry. I love that band.
You're right.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
But like Wheels was saying, they're trying to appeal to everybody. So they're pretty much it's going to be pop every single time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Every
they're trying to appeal to non-football fans. This is not fan service. They're not doing a favor for their fan base, because if it was, it would be rock and it would be hip hop, and that's all it would be. You know, I mean, like those are probably the core things of the football fan base. And country would be another big one.
Yeah.
So you probably have those three genres and nothing else. But the fact that they keep going pop star, pop star, pop star tells you that they're trying to appeal to the people that get the most downloads and get the most online interaction and will get the most views for them.
Green Day played before
That's true.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yep. And
Yeah.
Green Day is a band whose heyday was what, 25, 30 years ago?
Nick was a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they were real big. They've always still been a thing, but their biggest stuff was in the 90s.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I always say like the last new band I got into was Foo Fighters. They're like mid 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think 96 was their first album.
Jeez. Today's National Pizza Day.
Oh.
Everyone's making me so hungry.
I'll help you out. It's also National Poop Day.
All right,
Well,
never
I mean,
mind.
those two things, you know.
It was just National Fart Day last week. Like
I know.
literally
Well,
it
one
was.
precedes the other.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guess if you hold it long enough.
Thunder before the storm.
Yikes. $3,500 Birkenstocks to wear at your wedding are now a thing that exists.
A what?
$3,500 pair of Birkenstocks. Like what I wear in the summer.
Right.
Wear them for your wedding.
Why?
It has to be different.
Yeah.
And people see like, oh my God, they paid $3,500 for those sandals.
Yeah. Well, you're already blowing $100,000
For
on your
like
wedding,
40,
I guess.
take it from me. For like $40, you can get another man's Birkenstocks mailed right to your house.
It looks pretty good too, doesn't it?
Right to your house. 21% of people admit that there's currently food on the floor of their vehicle. And people are asked about the strangest things that you would find in their car. And I thought of Andrew.
Oh, those days are behind him.
Yeah.
He's got the nice car now.
Clean car now.
Andrew got this new car, and suddenly he's talking about
He's a new
everybody
guy.
else's car.
Yeah.
He's a new guy.
He's like, oh, their car's a piece of crap.
Trash car.
Their car. Their car wasn't big enough to hold my massive body.
Anytime we're going anywhere, I'll drive the car. I'll drive the new car.
I'll drive. I don't really want to get in you guys' cars. I don't know. There's just something about it.
My car smells new.
Couple Super Bowl facts. Super Bowl was inspired by the Super Ball toy. That's where it came from.
What?
Saw that in 3 different places. Yeah. The Super Bowl. And they're like, what about the Super Bowl? What about the Super Bowl? And that's why we have it.
Boom. There
That's
you go.
silly.
Well, that turned out pretty well, didn't it?
You guys want to take a shot at the first non-marching band halftime show ever?
Was it Evil Knievel?
Nope.
Oh, I think I
Oh, it was
used to know this.
It was Up With People or something like that.
Yeah.
Nope.
No?
Was it the Beatles?
Was it Down With People?
It was New Kids on the Block.
What?
Okay.
that was way off.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Right. I didn't know it was that recent.
Imagine how mad people were back then. They were probably like, I just want to see a marching band. That's the whole
Where's the
reason I
football?
came in."
It's football. We need the marching band.
It's
We
like
can't
they
have the NKOTB.
They don't even care about their base anymore. They're just trying to appeal to these kids.
Just trying to appeal to everyone.
Where's the sousaphone?
So is that why they're all called bowl games, Kevin?
Yeah, I think. Well,
All of it just started with the Super Bowl, which started with the Super Bowl.
I think other bowl games existed
I
way
think they
before the Super. Like the
predated the
Rose
Super
Bowl has
Bowl.
existed for 100 years.
Why were those called bowl games?
Because they were in stadiums that looked like big bulls.
What
There you
a
go.
Dumb sport. CTE just running rampant.
Oh, jeez.
It looked like bowl.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, the Rose Bowl is like 120 something years that it's
Yeah.
been going on. So it wasn't because of a Super Bowl.
No.
Okay, so apparently they said in the meeting when trying to name the Super Bowl, well, we need to come up with a name, something like the Super Bowl. Actually, that's not a very good name. We can come up with something better. But Super Bowl stuck.
Wow. Very first idea. Mitch just accused Andrew of having CTE.
From what?
Mitch from the top ropes.
I'm not sure Mitch knows what CTE is.
Yeah, he's only a freshman.
Yeah. He hasn't been
Yeah,
through.
he hasn't
He's got to
taken
get a
the
couple
class
more
yet.
science classes.
And Mitch drinks a lot. So,
Yeah.
He said he can't handle it.
yeah. Yeah, he's admitted that much. Tell you guys about Ophthalmology Associates and the Cornea and Laser Vision Institute. My doctor, Dr. Greg Birdie, who I love and Phoebe loves, his longtime partner, Dr. Mulholtra, Doctors Brusati and Royer round out the doctors. There are several things you can do at ophthalmology. Probably the most common is what I do, which is to get an eye exam once a year, because in Missouri, your prescription goes stale. After 12 months, you have to get another one. It's a very thorough exam, but it's not scary. It's not painful. It's none of the machines that like make you feel weird or anything like that. Probably 3 or 4 different stations you go to, and hey, this is Mr. Glover, and this is Joan, and she's going to be taking care of your glaucoma test. Then you always end up at the end of any appointment sitting in a chair across from one of the doctors and asking any question you want, having them all answered. People also get the LASIK procedure. People also have cataracts removed. So you can call 314-966-5000 to make an appointment. You can also do it online at youridoc.com.
Amy,
yes.
I have a real beef with bathroom doors in hotels. The stupid sliding door. No, give me a fully shut door, because the sliding door, you know what happens? There's always a gap.
There's a gap.
And so if you have a partner with you in the hotel room, there are sounds and smells and steam.
It puts a new meaning to the word butt crack.
The Chris and Amy Show, weekdays starting at 9 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Midwest winters take a real toll on your garage door. Let my friends at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis come out and perform their 26-point tune-up on your garage door and opener. The work is guaranteed, and it's just one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. No extra charge for evening or Saturday service. Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, since 1926, 100 years. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. That's overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
It's a quiet and sunny Monday afternoon across town. Temperatures mainly in the 50s, though downtown may just touch 60 degrees. Tonight, clear skies, 42 for the overnight low. The evening, not too bad. Tuesday, partly sunny skies start the day. Increasing clouds during the afternoon, 62. Couple of spotty rain showers around Tuesday night. Wednesday, a couple of spotty early morning showers. Otherwise, sunny skies on Wednesday. 50 degrees, a little more unsettled as we hit Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Eamon Gantner and Capriano, yourestateMatters.com. Hi, Margaret with Eamon Gantner and Capriano. How's your family? Do you have a legal plan for them when you're gone? Eamon Gantner and Capriano, yourestateMatters.com.
The choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't be based solely on advertising.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey, and I think right now we all need something to look forward to, and a nice little getaway is going to do it for me. So I've been looking at this 5-day Arizona trip that I planned in September, and to me, it sounds absolutely perfect, and I would love for you to join me. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to stay in Flagstaff because that means cooler temperatures. It's a great home base, and from there, we're going to visit Sedona, the Grand Canyon, and Lake Powell, all in one trip. I'm talking about red rocks, big views, and that deep blue water at Lake Powell that looks like a postcard. I'm told September is one of the best times to go, with fewer crowds, more comfortable weather, and everything's going to be planned out for us. We just show up. If this sounds like something you'd like to do, please join me, because I have always wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. Travelwithdebbie.net. That's travelwithdebbie.net, or call Cruise and Tour at 800-383-3131. Space is limited, so don't delay. 800-383-3131. Travelwithdebbie.net.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, DRURY law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Rush Hour Sports, Matt Pauley, Kevin Wheeler with you here.
Bernie Miklasz joins Rush Hour Sports tonight at 5 on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
Our segment with Bernie is sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Dicon comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. 2:33. Bernie Miklasz joins us. Hello, Bern.
What's going on? Good to be with y'all.
How was your Super Sunday?
You know, it was disappointing because the game was so dull.
Yeah.
I made a wager on the Patriots to cover, so I was disappointed that they didn't show up, basically, and well, their defense did. But I did okay because I also protected myself by betting the under, so I cleared that. So it's I kind of probably lost a little more than I won. You know, like in other words, a net deficit, but it wasn't much money. But I just listen. I root to see a great game, and this was a dull. It was a dud. It was just a dud. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, it was a good. The defense played was excellent, but that usually leads to an ugly kind of weird game. But it wasn't just good defense because there were a lot of missed opportunities, especially on Drake May's side of things, where he did have guys and he had time a few times, but missed them badly. But also, you know, Seattle's defense, I think, Bern, is showing to be one of the better single-season defenses we've seen in a while. I mean, regular season, tough schedule in the regular season, playoff, Super Bowl. I mean, that's a legit. I don't know how many years I'd want to go back, but I haven't seen a defense that good in a number of years.
I agree with that. And I think the interesting thing about the Seattle is everyone kind of slept on them almost the whole year. Not. Once they got the playoffs and started winning, it was kind of like, oh man, these guys are great and this defense is outstanding. But I went back and checked before the season. The Seahawks were 60-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
You know who had better odds of winning the Super Bowl? The Arizona Cardinals, who were who ended up being one of the worst teams in the league. I remember when Mike McDonald got hired. You know, there was a lot of, well, you know, he's a pretty good defensive coordinator, but I mean, can this guy be a head coach? And after his first year, no one thought he was much of a head coach. In Baltimore, no one, when he left the Ravens staff and went to Seattle as a head coach, no Ravens fan said, oh man, we can't afford to lose that guy. Now they are. Now they're saying it, now that it's easy to see how good he is. But so they're a really interesting team. We've all ridiculed and downgraded Sam Darnold for a long time. And the only thing he ever really did wrong which wasn't his fault, was get drafted by the worst organization in the NFL, the New York Jets. If you look at what he's done since then, he's had some bad games here and there, but Sam Darnold has actually been a really good quarterback. But yet there was this tendency to look at him and think that he was put him on the rock pile. He can't be a great quarterback in this league. So I kind of, on behalf of not on behalf of them, but, from the standpoint of like Seattle fans and even everyone in that organization, I mean, I give them a lot of credit. It's so strange that that great kind of came out of nowhere, but that's not, that's on us and that's on fans. That's not on anybody else.
Feel free to steal this take on Rush Hour Sports tonight. I've always thought Sam Darnold isn't a bigger deal because he has a really stupid name. The same way, my theory that the Beatles wouldn't have made it without Ringo because he was such a great character. Who wants to root for Darnold? Hey,
I don't know. You got me on that one, but I laughed, and that's good. Thank you for that because that's funny. That's really funny. But yeah, I don't know. I think the other game I thought, guys, was I thought that the Patriots, including Mike Vrabel, who I think is fantastic, I think the Patriots coaches were horribly outcoached by the Seattle side. I don't know what Josh McDaniels was doing. He's the offensive coordinator. You know, this is his 10th Super Bowl.
Yeah.
10th.
Yeah.
And where were the plays? I mean, listen, we all recognize, tip of the cap, Seattle's got a great defense, but we've seen teams score on them. We saw the Rams score a lot on them. And I think going into the game, a lot of the analysis that I think is really good analysis that I read, you know, people were saying, well, first of all, they got to get the screen game going because they're not going to be able to block those guys up front. They never got this. They never even tried to get the screen game going. Collinsworth said, but I also read this before the game. The only hope they have is they spread out that defense, and you got to use like 4 wide receivers. You spread them out, and you fire quick passes into the gaps. Did they do that? No. Another thing people said, including me, but everybody said it, who's like really into the X's and O's, said you've got to be really aggressive with Drake May. You got to run him. You got to run him. He's the best running quarterback in the NFL. Did they do that? No. So what the heck was Josh McDaniel? What was he thinking about over there? They tried nothing. All they did was drop him straight back, take his time to get a pass off because the receivers are running deep. And they did that over and over and over and over again, even though they could not protect him against that pass rush. It just made no sense.
No,
really did.
The 2 rookies on the left side, Will Campbell and Jared Wilson, were overmatched, and you didn't do anything to help them. You didn't slide protection that way. You didn't keep a tight end in. You didn't chip with the running back. You just had those 2 guys basically getting pushed into Drake May for 60% of the game. And then when it wasn't that, it was a blitz coming from the other side. So when your attention's shifted there, you got corners and linebackers coming from the other side. And I agree with you, Bernie. They needed to have more design to have May running or moving around, if not running, but also designed runs with those guys maybe being allowed to get upfield in a quarterback draw, something along those lines. But it's hard to me. Like I think Drake May stunk, and he made a lot of bad throws to open receivers. But boy, they didn't help him out. They did not maximize the number of chances.
And you know what, Wheels? You know what's even worse about that? You know, we all talked about it. I think every sports talk show in town, you know, in the nation talked about it. You know, is Drake May's shoulder okay? You know, he banged it up during the playoffs. Is his shoulder okay? He missed a couple practices. The Patriots, oh yeah, he's fine. Oh, full go. He was full practice. He's fine. Well, as it turned out, you know, Drake May admitted after the game when pressed about this that he had to have an injection before the game because of the pain in his right shoulder. So, first of all, they hid that, which is not exactly new in the NFL, but it did influence how maybe people thought the game would go.
Yeah.
The assumption that he was healthy. And number 2, the stuff that we all just said about the incompetence of their play calling and everything else. They knew that he was playing this game with a bad shoulder. And if anything, they should have tried to do some other things to compensate for that, but they didn't.
Yeah.
It was really strange, man. Really strange.
Let's talk about some baseball. Wheels, my right, the WC pitchers and catchers are.
So today's the day. It's an optional day. They don't have to, but WBC guys can start reporting today. And then it's just going to be gradual for the next couple of days. 2 days, the Cardinals report, pitchers and catchers first workouts Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's technically starting now.
So my off season has literally been listening to you guys talk about the rebuild. So and some stuff could still pop, but I think we're all agreed we're pretty much there. Bern, how do you think Heim did?
I think he did great. I mean, I if I were putting a grade out there, I mean, I wouldn't go like A+ because I think those of us who throw grades around just throw A+ around too much. He's an A, and he's getting great reviews nationally. Ken Rosenthal was the latest guy to do that. So this isn't like a provincial, parochial homer take. He did a fantastic job because it's a rebuild and what that means and what he had to do. He got them off to a great start in this rebuild, and I think any objective person would see that. And I've been amazed at how much praise there's been, because usually I think when a team like the Cardinals has kind of been off the radar a couple years, maybe people nationally in the media or fans aren't paying as close attention as they should. But actually, people started paying attention. I'm talking about media around the country. There's like, wow, if you're going to rebuild, this guy just showed you how to do it. So, but it's only the start. It's just the first, the initial process. So there's a lot to prove over the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, I also realize that.
It's such a fascinating difference, Bern, because this has been for how long? A very veteran-laden team, right? I mean, for 2 decades, it's been largely about, veteran dudes and guys that have been around a bit. There isn't a single position player that's 30 that's projected to make the opening day roster. Your entire rotation is under the age of 30, and you do have a couple guys in the bullpen. Ryan Stanek is 34. Riley O'Brien is 31, but those are the only 2 30-somethings that are really projected to be on the big league roster.
Second youngest roster in the majors right now. They will not have a regular position player older than 28 and a half, and that's Lars Nootbaar.
Right.
And I don't know when he's going to show up. They unofficially, because I'm trying to get this verified by professional statistic bureaus that do it for major leagues, and I haven't heard back yet. Early in the season, because JJ Weatherholt, I'm sorry, let me take that back. Early in the season, if not opening day, but let's just say, in the first month of the season, the Cardinals will have 3 starters in the lineup who are age 23 or younger. And that's never happened with a Cardinals team in the history of the franchise.
Wow.
There's been plenty of Cardinals teams that have had 2 guys 23 or younger. Like, for example, in 1947, Red Schoendienst and Joe Garagiola were starters, and they were both 23. And they had another guy named Irv Dusak who he started a lot of games, so he could have been considered the third. But the point is, you'd have to go if we're going to actually give that 47 team credit for having 3 guys in the lineup that are 23 or younger. Then what the Cardinals are going to do the first month of this season hasn't been done by the franchise since 1947. I mean, I think that's a long time ago, right?
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Bern, tell us about Saliga.
Happy to do it. Saliga Heating and Cooling has been taking care of St. Louisans for 100 years now. That in itself is amazing, and that in itself is a big reason why you should call them if you're not sure who to call, if you have problems with your heat or your air conditioning later in the year. So the Miklas family's been relying on Saliga Heating and Cooling for a long, long time. 19 years now. We know all about them, and everything is an A grade. I'm serious, because they've been to our house many times. We live in an old house, and we've had to replace equipment. We've had to go through all that through the years, as any family will. And Saliga has always saved us money. They've always, provided prompt service because they don't want us or anybody else that calls them to worry. Their pricing is great. They look for the least expensive solutions. They don't try to talk you into anything, hustle you, put pressure on you. They'll answer all your questions. They'll explain everything. The trustworthiness and the credibility, the knowledge, the professionalism, I mean, it's across the board. I can't imagine how they could do any better. We are so happy with them, and that's why I'm happy to recommend Saliga Heating and Cooling to you. So if you want to find out more, call them and you get the phone number. But just go to the website and get the phone number and all the services at SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thanks.
The Humane Society of Missouri's Day of Giving is just around the corner. On this day, your favorite local TV station will highlight incredible rescue stories of animals fighting to survive, stories of courage, resilience, and hope. Visit the Humane Society website to watch these powerful stories and see the life-saving work made possible by compassionate donors like you. These stories underscore why it's so vital to support the HSMO. Go to KMOX.com/events today for more information.
Discover Meadowview Memory Care in Arnold, a small, secure community on a beautiful campus. Enjoy peace of mind with all our inclusive rates and comfortable private suites. Schedule your tour today at rspseniorliving.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Joy. Oh,
you are glowing. Oh, hey, more like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects. Ooh, how does it work? It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
So a guy like me, W-2 employee that does okay, I can find a financial planner like falling out of a boat. It's the easiest thing in the world. They are a dime a dozen, millions of people out there who are financial planners, but very, very few of them have an expertise in helping people who are business owners who are, paying quarterly and not doing W-2, and people who are entrepreneurs. They have difficulty matching their energy and their vision and their aggression sometimes. John Moriarty at E3 Wealth is that guy. This is what he does. He coaches business people. He helps them to ethically avoid taxes when at all possible. He introduces you to alternative asset classes that you may not have known about. And it's not like he's Mr. Balls to the wall all the time, because that may not be what you're interested in. You may be slowing down. Maybe you're my age and you've built a really good business and you want to hand it off to your kids, or you're going to sell it to a couple of your longtime employees. We can help you do that as well. For all things business, go to e3wealth.com for John Moriarty. Welcome back, DGS. Happy Monday. 2:50 on the dot. So there are times, because we are all on a team, but we're also competing with each other, that someone will get alive, like Wheels has FanDuel, and I'm jealous of that. But for the love of God, Miralax Laxatives is a sponsor to this program, and I'm not doing live endorsements.
Somebody messed up.
No one in my industry has forced themselves to poop more than me. I could do a hell of a lot for Miralax, although I'm more of a Dukalax guy.
Don't say that.
But I've dabbled with Miralax.
I was going to say, don't say that out loud.
Well, maybe we'll get the Dukalax account.
I got
I'll
you.
call them and tell them that Miralax is on the DGS. I got nothing for this segment.
I just can't stop thinking about how hungry I am.
Boy, you are really. What can we do? What can we do?
The bagel. Wheels gave me some protein bars. I've got one in my top desk drawer.
We can DoorDash. It's pizza day.
No,
we can DoorDash
don't
some
do
pizza.
that. Don't do that on account of little old me.
I think she wants pizza.
Oh, I simply couldn't ask for a pepperoni Papa John's. I simply couldn't.
It would have to travel so far.
Well, dude, that's the thing is because I was like, man, maybe I could order like a chicken sandwich or something from the KFC downstairs, and Andrew could run and get it. But you just never know how long that's going to take.
It's just there's no one that's not in the actual studio who could even walk down there and get the pizza. So it's like there's just no point.
Fine, I'm going to keep drinking my water.
I could go down and get a pizza. Papa John's is the reliable one. KFC, you don't know what nothing's promised at the KFC. Papa John's generally they do.
No, I'll eat one of them protein bars.
Rach, you have a take on the Nancy Guthrie thing?
Yeah, I'm really not trying to be a jerk, and I really hope they find Mrs. Guthrie. I just saw that the FBI is going to put up a billboard for her, and the president is paying special attention to this. And while I'm happy for the family that they're getting this level of attention, I do have to ask, what is it that makes finding this person more important than finding any other given missing person? I can't believe this is the only silver alert in the United States right now,
Yeah, I saw a list of about a dozen people who had disappeared since Nancy Guthrie, and the news outlet was making just that point.
And again, I mean, I'm not saying don't cover her. It's more like, why is it? I mean, we do know what it is. It's getting clicks because her daughter is a celebrity and a news anchor. Yes. So that's why we all have this vested interest in finding her. But it's just can we examine what that says about us, that like we don't really care unless it has some sort of famous connection?
So true. It's really hard to deny that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unfortunately, news is, especially online, but TV and online is so much about the virality of the story.
Right.
And not so, again, it's a big story. When somebody who's in the news has their mother kidnapped, I do think that's a story. But as Rach points out, it's not the only similar story, and we don't give any attention to any of the other ones.
CNN, is CNN on that TV?
No.
They're covering it right now, and they have, covering up half the screen, they have tip lines for the county sheriff's department and the FBI. And it's like, again, that's such an extreme level of attention given to this.
Well, now that we're talking about it, the deadline is 5 p.m. today, which is probably Tucson time, I'm guessing, which would be 7 p.m. our time.
6 p.m.
6
So
p.m.
when you say the deadline, this is the deadline for them to pay the ransom?
No. So, okay, this is just what I picked up. They had a deadline last week. I'm going to guess it was something like pay us $5 million by Friday or pay us $10 million by Monday. And if you don't pay us by Monday, you're not going to like what happens after that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at the New York Post here. So the ransoms were initially $1 million. Now it's $6 million. Looking at us, media, do you think we have something to do with the fact that the ransom is being ratcheted up like that? I don't know.
$1 million's really low. For someone, I think Savannah makes like $10 million a year and has for a long time. So
really,
yeah, $1 million seems really, really low.
And do you think the public should know the ransom deadline?
I don't feel that I have any right.
Yeah, what's the value in sharing that with all of us?
I don't feel like I have any right.
And crucially, we don't actually know if this is. There's been no proof of life or anything.
Not that we know of.
So as far as we know, this could just be someone trying to take advantage of the situation,
which they've had. That's already happened. Someone's been arrested for doing that. Yeah.
Like claiming to be involved when they weren't.
Yeah, send me the ransom, and then it's going to go to an untraced, Bitcoin account or whatever, and they're just going to have $1 million.
Yes, football is over, and I get it. You're sad. I'm sad. But that does not mean the action has to stop now. That's why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes a bunch of sense, because there is so much action. From game lines to finding your angle on the event you care about most, FanDuel is giving you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there is no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curling matches start kind of slow. Somehow they get tense pretty quickly. We got speed skating decided by inches. Hockey games feel intense from opening face-off. Which country will have the most to brag about? How about most gold medals or most total medals? It's all there for you on the FanDuel app, an app that is easy and secure. FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of KMOX. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here in St. Louis, we take pride in supporting our health and our community. That's why more and more families are turning to Neovitin multivitamins, created by a local physician and made right here in the U.S. using the highest quality domestic and international ingredients. With formulas for men, women, and adults 50 plus, Neovitin helps keep St. Louis families energized, supported, and ready for life. Find Neovitin at your local Deerbergs, Schnucks, and online at neovitin.com. Neovitin. Trusted nutrition from St. Louis for St. Louis.
I got you something extra special for Valentine's Day.
Yeah?
How does a blow and go sound?
I like it.
Great. Air Comfort Service will be here on Monday.
Wait, what?
Our attic insulation is in bad shape. Air Comfort Service heating and cooling and insulation can top off our insulation with blow and go and make our home more energy efficient. We can save up to 30% on our energy bills.
I love it when you talk savings to me.
Schedule your blow and go attic installation from Air Comfort Service. Visit aircomfortservice.com/blow today.
Spreadsheets, clunky software,
100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Last year, I had back pain radiating down my right leg. The pain was so bad I was willing to cut my leg off to stop the pain. I could barely walk and had to stoop over when I did just to take pressure off the spine. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. In my professional career, I've represented thousands of people who've had herniated discs and issues with their neck and back, but never fully appreciated what they were going through until it was my turn. It's like trying to describe colors to a blind person who's never had sight. All I can tell you is it hurt like hell, but worse. My daily walk was gone, and that bothered me a great deal. Then I thought of all of you and how much more devastating this type of injury could be for you. My life stopped. I now feel your pain. Just know at Morgan & Morgan, we got your back. I understand. Morgan means more.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it is a sunny sky. Right now, 54 degrees downtown at the Arch. The investigation continues into Nancy Guthrie's disappearance.
Here in front of Nancy Guthrie's house, Pima County Sheriff's deputies are now a constant presence, as are the media, as the search for the missing 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie stretches into another week. Neighbors pass by the house. Some jog, others walk dogs, some just watch as investigators continue to comb over the property. The FBI and local authorities have been reviewing ransom notes sent to some local media. Guthrie's family took to social media over the weekend saying they would pay to have their mother back, but also want proof of life. Meanwhile, a small vigil has been set up outside of her home, and it keeps growing. In the Catalina Foothills neighborhood, outside of Tucson, Arizona, I'm Ty O'Neill.
King Charles has broken his silence on the allegations against his younger brother Andrew, saying that he will support police investigations assessing his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. BBC News senior royal correspondent Daniela Ralph has more.
This is a fresh royal statement this evening from the official spokesperson for the King, and it refers to the work of Thames Valley Police, who are now assessing whether Andrew Mountbatten Windsor shared confidential data with Jeffrey Epstein.
The St. Louis City Planning Committee is working on limiting large-scale data centers in areas zoned for industry. Miriam Keller tells the Chris and Amy show there are currently no regulations for data centers in the city.
We're proposing some specific building and kind of site requirements where they have to be designed kind of to the highest standard if we're even going to consider them. And we're even proposing some renewable energy requirements for the large ones.
The Planning Commission will discuss this in a public meeting Wednesday at 5:30. State leaders are expanding a program that they say will help to jumpstart job creation and economic development across Illinois. Governor J.B. Pritzker in Belleville today to announce the expansion of the state's Star Bonds program, which helps local governments to finance big projects.
By expanding this Star Bonds program, we're opening up more paths to sustainable growth across communities in Illinois. And this is yet another way that we are boosting small businesses with the partnership of state and local government, of community partners, and economic development organizations.
Pritzker says the legislation would not be tied to any Chicago projects. Now that the big game is over, there's new merch in honor of the winning team.
Congrats, Seattle Seahawks. You just won the Super Bowl.
What are you doing next? I'm going to go to Disney World.
Or you can celebrate the win with a commemorative Seattle Seahawks Barbie doll.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
The game-winning doll from Mattel is decked out in a Seahawks blue and green logo shirt, visor, and sneaks. And it comes with a foam finger. Probably way more entertaining than the actual game.
Barbie, let's go party.
You can pre-order it now for $35. Stacy Lynn, CBS News.
The KMOX Business Desk, the latest look into the psyche of the U.S. consumer, finds slightly more confidence in holding on to one's job. Here's Jason Brooks.
The New York Federal Reserve's January survey of consumer expectations found that the perceived probability of losing one's job in the next 12 months declined slightly by a half percentage point to just under 15%, while consumers also reported a higher probability of leaving their current job voluntarily. There was also improvement on the percentage of consumers expecting to miss a minimum debt payment over the next 3 months, although an increasing number believe it will become harder to tap credit over the course of the year.
Let's get an update now. The St. Louis Business Index to Stifel, and happy Monday to Scott Bedell.
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. The rebound in stock prices that began this past Friday continued today, with the Dow Industrial sitting at a new all-time high. At the closing bell, the blue chip index had gained another 20 points to 50,135. The Standard & Poor's 500 index also higher by 0.5% at 6,964, while the NASDAQ Composite Index, the best performing index today, added 0.9% to 23,238. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index also higher by 0.5%, closing at 1,780. Looking at some stocks of local interest, ESCO Technologies gained 6.25% to $268.94. Charter Communications higher by 3% at $238.12. On the downside, Energizer fell 3.5% at $22.56. Edgewell Personal Care lost 4.5% to $19.79, while Stifel Financial lost 8 cents. They closed at $130.53. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we encourage you to visit our website at stifel.com.
Plenty of sunshine with us as we go through our Monday afternoon, and temperatures really not too bad. Better, certainly a lot better than where we've been the last several weeks. 59, 60 for the high. Downtown may just touch 60. For the most part, though, we're in the 50s. Clear skies tonight. We'll drop it back to 42. Tuesday, partly sunny with a day of increasing clouds during the afternoon, 62 degrees. Tuesday, clouds dominate. A couple of rain showers, though they look rather spotty and light right now, 35 degrees. Wednesday, some early morning spotty showers. Otherwise, the sun comes back, and the high near 50 on Wednesday. It looks like some more scattered showers Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm, 54 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Thanks to anyone who came out yesterday to the Purina Mardi Gras Pet Parade and watched Rach and Andrew and I in a float. Hope I threw you some sunglasses. God, I'm sore.
You were throwing that nonstop.
Yeah, I was really winging them too.
Mm-hmm. Just like you with the running, man. You didn't ease yourself into it.
I can't hold back. I can't go 80%. I can't go Cadillac mode.
Dave's, I only got one speed, and that's full speed.
It really was. I'm just winging those things, and I hit a couple kids in the face. I hope they're not hurt.
I had a couple of kids I had a baby in the head. It felt really bad. It didn't. I mean, it didn't hurt because it weighed like nothing. But
I like that you know how much it hurt the baby.
The baby didn't even really react to it. I was more mad at the parent for not catching it.
For not catching it.
He was holding the baby, you know?
Let's do a DJ's happy hour. I have one more take on Super Bowl. Kev was just sharing with me. He's watching old Super Bowl halftimes, and like they're police dogs chasing fake predators, and snowmobile doing a loop-de-loop. And I think Super Bowl is always a reflection of the times. And I think this Super Bowl was a perfect reflection of the times. I'm not going to talk about Latina or Spanish or the TPUSA, none of that. I just think that life today, like the Super Bowl yesterday, is gloppily, Vaseline-covered, overproduced. Blah. It's like going on a date with someone who like cuts your steak for you and dips it in butter and feeds it to you. Like, okay, I get it. This is a little too much. Just everything is just dripping, dropping, glolloping with just ooze. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just too much. Like, God, let there be a natural moment ever. But there's not. Everything is just overdone.
Boy, and the Super Bowl is absolutely symbolic of how wealthy people just love to throw it in everybody's faces. Where, I mean, again, maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like wealthy people used to kind of like play things close to the vest. Yeah, they would have their fancy stuff, but it wasn't like always in everybody's face. But now it's almost the point.
About 15 years ago, the guys out in the valley who have the $500,000 cars, our fans of the show invited me out. I got to drive a Lamborghini. It was great. And I said, how do you guys survive? And they said, Dave, there's so much old money in St. Louis and so many athletes, but you don't see them because they don't want you to know how much money they have. And they don't want to put it in your face. And that was like 15 years ago. Now I think all that's changed.
I might be tripping a little bit, but when we're talking about the Super Bowl halftime show, I think it's that is going to be spectacle. Like, there's no natural moments. It's a show that's being put on.
No, I'm
to be big and elaborate.
No. I'm talking about from start to finish.
The whole thing.
Okay. I thought you were talking about just the halftime show. And I was like, well, that is actually like a big elaborate.
Every time I go to the Fox Theater, they're putting on air.
Yeah, exactly. They're always putting on some kind of show at me. It's like, well, yeah.
It's
the 8 hours.
It's the 12-hour pregame. It's the, everything is a big deal.
So I always make fun of all sports announcers to a certain extent, of course, except for John Rennie and Ricky Horton. They're the best in the business. But there's always a little bit of like 24-hour news to it, and it's extra bad during the Super Bowl where everything's so drawn out. Like there was one scene where there was one part yesterday right before Drake May threw that really bad interception where they were like, Drake May's done it. He's got it figured out. He's reading this defense like a book. He's finally cracked it. He's figured it all out just like the genius we always knew he is. And then he immediately served up the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit to the defense.
Dude.
And there's a long pause and they go, well, I got nothing for you on that one, I guess.
I got to tell you, man, I thought those two guys last night were terrible. I thought Mike Tirico was terrible.
They're always bad.
He made a lot of mistakes. Got names wrong, slow on the call. They did the beginning where they were showing all the celebrities, and Adam Sandler just had a Super Bowl hat. And one side has the Seahawks symbol, and one has the Patriots side. And you could only see the Patriots side, and Mike Tirico's like, Adam Sandler supporting the Patriots, as he always does. He's not a Boston fan. He's a New York guy. He's a Jets fan. But, so they're literally a rival to the Patriots, and you don't know because he's wearing a Super Bowl hat that's not one team or the other. Chris Collinsworth must have said last night that 4 different things were the difference in the game. Well, you can't have 4 things that are the difference. It can't be Kenneth Walker's running and the defensive line and a defensive back. Like they are differences if you're going to speak correctly and be plural. But each time he's like, I think this is the difference in the game.
They also called Kenneth.
Which one is it?
They also called Kenneth Walker, Kenneth Williams like 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing the Super Bowl, guys. I mean, you've had 2 weeks to get up on these teams and 2 weeks to know the stories. No excuse.
Do they switch channels every year? Like this year, NBC got it. Next year, CBS will get it, or is it
I thought
always
it was
the
always
same?
on NBC, isn't it?
It always comes
It's
up.
always on Peacock.
It comes up for bidding every so often, but I don't know how often.
So I've been watching it on Peacock the past few years.
But like, just, it's not hard to get the basics right, and it's not hard. And I don't hate either one of those guys, but I didn't think they were very good last night. And I thought Collinsworth, as an analyst, missed way too many opportunities to make real points just to make fluffy points. I mean, it got to the point where it was like every play, there's like, see, this right here, this is the difference in the game. Okay, dude, but come up with another way of approaching it because you're telling us each thing is the difference in the game.
Do you think they tried to do it different for Super Bowl since there's so many new eyes? Kind of dumb it down a little?
I don't know. I sure hope not, because that's not going to be what keeps anybody. They're going to come for the spectacle, and if they like it, they'll come back. But, I mean, you don't need to dumb it down. It's pretty basic. One guy is just saying, here's what's happening, and another guy is, here's why it's happening, because I was a player and I understand how these things work.
Yeah. Andrew, what's your beef with the Puppy Bowl?
They did it again. All right. So last year, you might remember, the MVP of the Puppy Bowl last year was an adorable little, I think it was a Cavapoo that weighed about a pound. Her name was Sweet Pea. She was precious. She was adorable.
Can I just stop you right there? This is the soliloquy I expect right before the guy hits me in the head with a shovel in a poorly marked grave. Like, the things you're saying right now are so off-putting.
Well, before you die, you will hear about Sweet Pea.
All right.
So her name was Sweet Pea. She was adorable. Everybody fell in love with her. As you're supposed to. You couldn't not. She's the Sweet Pea. Then they announce, as the game is ending, that the whole game is being played in memoriam to Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea has passed away.
It's terrible.
In like January of last year, before the Puppy Bowl even airs, Sweet Pea had passed away. So this year, they brought out Tegan. Tegan was a little something, I don't know, looked maybe like a little husky puppy or something, who had a wheelchair set up. So Tegan is doing everything Tegan can do.
Tegan's in a wagon?
She's in a wagon, and the other puppies love the wagon. They're swarming her, they're sniffing her, they're kissing on her. She's having so much fun.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks, they're not going to do it again. It's fine. They're not going to do it again. Tegan died in freaking November. Tegan died like 3 days after they filmed the Puppy Bowl.
You don't want to be named the Puppy of the Bowl.
Of kidney disease. What are we doing? Why do they keep doing that?
Why are these dogs so sick?
Yeah, and
I don't understand.
It's like a hospice bowl.
Yes. Why do they keep bringing in unhealthy puppies? Now, granted, Sweet Pea last year and Tegan this year did have pre-existing conditions.
Sure.
Like Sweet Pea was not supposed to be like 1 pound and 2 inches tall. It's just sort of how Sweet Pea ended up.
Sweet Pea was very cute.
Sweet Pea was the cutest dog I've ever seen in my freaking life.
Sweet Pea had been in a wagon.
There was no, I mean, it'd be like a Hot Wheel.
Yeah.
Like there's no wagon small enough to hold Sweet Pea. And so when Tegan came out, everybody, like, I remember saying to my phone when I saw this on social media, like, they better not do it again. They better not do this again. They got to be smart enough to not do this again to us. And they did it again. Kevin, I don't want to hear it.
I do.
You have my backer. Shut up.
You've got the MVP of the bowl game wrong.
Oh, no, it wasn't Tegan?
It was a dog named Boba.
Yesterday?
Yeah. He looks
okay.
like
well, they didn't even give Tegan the MVP. That's even worse.
Well,
all right, let's see Boba. Pretty cute. Pretty cute.
Wait, nothing.
I mean, I think the point of bringing out the sick dogs is to raise awareness that there are sick dogs that need people's help. But
okay, that makes more sense. I was just like, why do they keep getting the sick dogs? Are the dogs getting sick because of the Puppy Bowl?
Yeah,
is it killing people? Killing dogs?
They're tearing their ACLs and getting CTE off of the Puppy Bowl.
Well, rest in peace to Tegan. What a little cutie.
He's precious. He's so sweet. He's so cute. And then they're like, oh, by the way, you know the one that we made your favorite on purpose? Yeah, he's dead. This is terrible.
You're misgendering Tegan.
Sorry, she's dead. Excuse me. It'd be like if at the end of the Super Bowl, they were like, oh, by the way, Kenneth Walker died like 6 months ago.
Yeah. This may be the best explainer of me ever. I'm a good guy. I have fostered dogs when no one knew about it, no credit, the whole thing. Good guy stuff. Maureen used to work at one of the shelters, and she came home one day and said, "Oh, we got a new dog in, and it can't use its back hind legs. It's in a wagon." And I'm like, I'm getting that dog just for the joke.
Yeah.
Just to have a dog in a wagon. Give it a name like that. Those are the two sides of Dave.
Megan fought me really hard once to take this dog that kept coming into her work and needed a good home that was like blind and deaf, and it had something else too, like it couldn't taste, just to like throw it on. Like blind, deaf, no sense of smell, essentially like the Helen Keller of dogs.
How would they know it couldn't taste?
It was that it couldn't smell, because you'd put stuff in front of it and it would just have no reaction at all. And I'm like, I'm not a good enough person to care for a dog like the Helen Keller of dogs. I just can't do it. I don't have that. It was a big fight. We didn't end up taking the dogs.
Yeah.
I figured we would have heard about that one.
Yeah.
I'm like 100% sure that the whole purpose of them doing what they do is to raise awareness about dogs with special needs.
Do people not know about dogs with special needs?
I mean, that's what they're promoting adoption. They're promoting that there are dogs out there that aren't ideal, but they need homes and they're friendly and they're cute.
Most of the dogs in the puppy bowl
are just puppies.
Are ideal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like they're all out there. But then they get but it's also like not helpful, because it's like, hey, make sure to adopt Tegan. Oh wait, no, it died 4 months ago.
Well, they're not trying to get you to adopt that dog.
Sometimes
they're trying to get it into your head that it's okay to adopt dogs like that.
The shy dog got adopted.
Cool.
Just didn't want to take part in the game.
Yeah, it was just like hiding behind the. It was real timid. Very cute.
He's playing it. He knew what he was doing.
Super cute. Oh yeah, it worked.
He's like,
worked. Got his ass adopted.
I know how to get out of here.
Jill's pointing out that you think Helen Keller is a fraud.
Yeah, the dog was a fraud too. Yeah.
Just wanted attention.
Thank you, St. Louis, for making Genesis of St. Charles your most trusted and #1 Genesis dealer in Missouri for 2026. We know your time is valuable. That's why every purchase comes with 3 years of complimentary Genesis Service Valet. Unlock your e-price and save. That means complimentary vehicle pickup and delivery, plus a loaner vehicle at no additional cost. Or want something new? We'll bring the test drive to you. Visit genesisofstcharles.com today. Based on GMA sales records for 2025. See dealer for details.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
I'm Mark Solinger, producer and one of the hosts of the Moth podcast. For nearly 2 decades, The Moth has brought live storytelling to stages around the world and to millions of listeners. These are real people telling true stories from their lives. Stories about a lost family recipe, about working to free a wrongfully convicted man, about realizing you need to leave your May-December romance. Stories that will move you, surprise you, make you laugh. Stories you can't forget. Join us. Follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 369-369. AREA to 369-369. AREA to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Zero Res wants to give your home the love and attention it deserves. Get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $119. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResSTL.com and mention the KMOX special.
A century strong. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
.323 DGS on KMOX. Happy Monday. Do a DGS happy hour here. I have a quick one. I didn't realize until this weekend, and I saw a medical report, and I am evidently a T-Rex sleeper. If you picture like cracking open a big boulder and there's like a fossil of a velociraptor, like that's me. I lay on my back a little, but I'm aside, back and forth. And I've got my little arms all hunched up by my chin and legs all splayed. Evidently, it's really bad for you.
I was going to say that can lead to problems.
Yes. It's bad for your body. It's bad for your heart. It's bad for everything.
Yeah.
How do you change the way you sleep, though? You're sleeping.
So I had to do that recently for my pinched nerve in my elbow because they think that was a contributing factor. It was kind of that and maybe clinching, but all that. So there are extreme ways and there are minor adjustments. So the minor adjustments are when I'm going to bed, I just stretch out. So my arms are extended away from me. I'm not laying on them, things like that. And you can, if you're having problems with it, get like wrist braces that'll keep it from curling over and clinching up like that.
Sounds bad.
Yeah, that just seems like a bit of a pain. Have not had to do that yet.
Yeah.
But it seems like, in addition to other things, that change has helped. And I mean, I've done other things too, so I don't know which one of those things is the most important or if it's just all of them.
Yeah.
But seems to have made a difference.
You guys weird sleepers? Position-wise?
I think I'm a side sleeper primarily.
I've never been a belly sleeper.
Oh, I was
No,
that
I
forever.
can't do that either.
Until my shoulders got bad, I was a stomach sleeper big time.
I can't do that at all.
Yeah. Just wrap both arms around the pillow. Yep. That was great. But now my shoulders don't like that, so I don't do that.
The worst is when you wake up and you were sleeping on your pillow weird and then you have like an indent in your cheek.
Man, I used to care so much more about my skin. Remember, Rach, like a few years ago when I was using
into it.
like retinol and...
Yeah, but you would always use way too much.
Oh, I know.
You'd use it up in like 1 week. And
It's
I'm
so
like,
true.
dude, that's supposed to be like a
It's like,
supply.
it's like one tiny pea drop for your whole face. And I'm just like, blah, 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 like it's...
Just give it hey, if one drop's good, 20's better.
I got issues. I'm gonna need this whole thing. Yeah, I was gonna get like a silk pillowcase so it wouldn't cause wrinkles, and I think I sleep on a rock now.
Didn't work. I was gonna say.
Yeah. Wheels, you have time to? No, you really don't. Not to give it a fair treatment of the Olympian and Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, we can go fast, but it's probably a little more than that. But there's a skier named Hunter Hess who was being interviewed in Milan about as the Olympics, and said, this is the quote, that he doesn't represent everything that's going on in the U.S. In other words, I don't agree with a lot of things there, but I am here representing my country. So I don't represent everything. I want to represent the things essentially that I identify with, right? That's basically what the statement was. And then, of course, the president calls him a loser. and says if he doesn't want to. We just get back to this same thing. First of all, I don't know that I would use the Olympics to make that statement if I were an Olympian. But on the other side of it, these people have this level of platform once in their lives, probably, or once every 4 years, but once in their lives mostly. If they feel like they want to use it for that, that's fine. That is supposed to be one of the core tenets of being a citizen of the United States of America. You are allowed to disagree, and you are allowed to criticize. And you don't have to. You can be, I think most people are very proud. In fact, there was an Olympian, and I forget her name, but she was like, I'm proud. I love the United States. I'm happy to be from there. And that's fine, too. None of it's wrong. But do we need the president calling an Olympian a loser because he doesn't like your policies?
Spring training is here, and Cardinals baseball is heating up in Jupiter as young talent and big expectations take the field. The Gas House Gang is talking Cardinals all day long. Tom Ackerman, Chris Ranji, Bernie Nicholas, smart takes, insightful analysis, real Redbird conversation, plus live reports from Camp Cardinals with Matt Pauley and Mike Claiborne. If it matters to Cards fans, it's on the Gas House Gang. Weekdays at noon on KMOX.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Neovitin, everyone knows what a multivitamin is. Most of us have been taking them, or at least took them as a kid, or the Flintstones, or, you get it. So we have one that was created here in St. Louis. I met Dr. Ken Rubicki and his son Tommy when Tommy was, I don't know, a teenager, maybe young 20s at the oldest, 15, 18 years ago when they first started things out. At that point, they were in a couple of mom and pop pharmacies. Their dream was to be in like a Schnucks or a Deerbergs or something. And we started doing business together. Ken had survived pancreatic cancer, and he created Neovitin like almost literally in his bathtub, not to cure him, but to allow him to have the strength to continue practicing and running. He was a long distance runner. He survived that. He sadly died years later from something unrelated, but that's why we give a portion of every bottle to cancer research. Tommy now, full-grown man, family of his own. He's now at the helm of it. It's a great product. It was created here in St. Louis, manufactured in the U.S. You can buy it off the shelves at Schnucks and Deerbergs locally or online at neovitin.com.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, it's not bad out there so far this afternoon. If you're on northbound 170, it's just kind of slow from 70 up to almost Hanley. Pretty busy there. South 170, though, is clear down to 64. Westbound 70 looks great at the city limits. It's just a little busy at 61. Really no big deal. Westbound 64, again, not as busy as it normally would be, but Hampton out through McCausland, west of Lindbergh out to 270 slow, and then west of Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70 kind of heavy. South 270, south of 364 to Ladue is slow, and then it opens up, and it's good to go all the way down to 55. Eastbound 44, you've got delays approaching Grand, and that goes into 55 roadwork going on there. Southbound 55, Gasconade Bates. Route 3, we have a train crossing at Monsanto, I believe. Southbound's jammed near the Poplar. Northbound's backed up to Queenie, and roadwork on eastbound 64 has delays approaching 157, about midway to 159. I'm Roger Brand in the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has you covered. Renner's been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. RennerDoorSTL.com.
RENNER. What if every time you spent money, you saved money too? With Achieve It Checking from Together Credit Union, you can do just that. Every debit card purchase is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and the spare change goes right into your savings. And here's the best part. Together Credit Union boosts your progress by matching qualifying savings up to $8 a month. It's a free checking account that helps you achieve more automatically. Learn more, or better yet, enroll today at togethercu.org. Together Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
This is Megan Lynch. 250 doctors go to Ophthalmology Associates. That's why I trust them.
Ophthalmology Associates, 314-966-5000 or youridoc.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898 or biglou.com.
When it comes to lighting, Gray Bar goes beyond parts and products. We help contractors turn plans into smart designs, manage kitting and deliverables, and navigate local codes so you can stay on time and on budget. Smart, scalable, job site ready. That's not just lighting. That's like kicking your project into Gray Bar mode. Yep, Gray Bar does that.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley. Cardinals pitchers and catchers are about to report to spring training in Jupiter, Florida, and I'll be there bringing you everything you need to know.
Listen for Matt's reports throughout the day, starting Tuesday. Sponsored by St. Louis Composting and a Happy Roof on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Happy Monday. 3:34, Dave Murray time, brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Dave, how's your Super Sunday?
It was fine. It's a football game, you know?
Sounds like he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
No, I'll talk
like something went down.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. You know what? I'm a Chiefs fan from growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I lived at a critical stage of like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade in Kansas City. So I became a Chiefs fan, became an A's fan in the American League.
Me too.
And that was during the Charlie Finley years, which were insane, just nuts.
Vita Blue, Gene Tennis.
Yeah, the weird colored baseballs, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And but also have become over time a Seattle Seahawks fan, and because of Pete Carroll going to USC. Now I know he's not associated with the team anymore, and I think Sam Darnold is just it. Thank goodness he got some recognition because he's not had an easy life. I mean, getting drafted by the Jets right out of school that's not a good thing.
Does kind of suck.
Doesn't help. Hasn't been a good recent history of that with any.
I always feel sorry for a lot of these guys coming out of college, and they get the number one pick. They make lots of money, but that's all the team has is that number one pick, and they get killed. They just get killed in their first year.
Yep.
It's like, oh man,
they have the first pick for a reason.
Yeah, I know.
Very good. Yeah,
and I didn't have a problem with Bad Bunny. I'm not familiar that much with him. Thought the show was interesting. I thought I was not aware that it seemed like he talked the music rather than I'm okay with a Latin beat. I like the Latin beat. I can get down to that. But I found his music talky, not singing.
Yeah, he's like a rapper.
I was gonna say
it's
kind of a hybrid thing.
Yeah. And I love me some Lady Gaga, so that was fine.
Yeah, that was fun to see her and Ricky Martin. I will say this whole thing, like, take the performance and Bad Bunny out of it. It has made me want to learn more about Puerto Rico because I just don't know much about it. You know, I know it's a territory, but I don't know much about I had to Google earlier today. I'm like, so does Puerto Rico like being a part of the United States? And the AI summary anyway was like, yeah, there's like a slim majority that are in favor, but there are a lot of people.
I think they had the chance to be a state
off.
and said no.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So no, it's just really interesting that, that's a part of our country. I should know more about it.
Yeah, about all I knew is that Julie McCoy went there on the Love Boat every time. Must be something going on. Charles getting off there, so fine. So Dave, one more day of nice weather, right?
Yeah, today nice temperatures. We're at 57 right now. Tomorrow 62 for the high. That'll probably be the warmest day of the week, but we're not talking anything really bizarrely cold like we have. This is kind of a relaxing period. Another cold front comes through. It's really kind of a weak cold front, comes through tomorrow night. Maybe a sprinkle or a shower, but really tough to find. Wednesday is sunny and 50. Thursday is cloudy and 47. A couple of rain showers around Friday. And then still, we've talked about this for a long time. I thought the atmosphere would become a little flippy and changeable. And I think Saturday night will bring a pretty solid rain across the St. Louis area from a southwest storm.
That Mardi Gras proper, right? Saturday?
Yeah.
Guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way I understand it anyway.
Okay.
And it's Valentine's Day too.
And
so,
Valentine's Day. That's right.
So plan in. I'm giving you all the ability to say, you know what? Dave says we need to have inside.
Let's
activities.
stay in. There you go. Let's do it the way a Murray would do it.
That's right.
Hunker down.
Yeah, we don't need no friggin' steaks. We got this. Headlines, Rach?
I'm sorry. I feel like I keep messing everything up today. I didn't save headlines to my file today.
Well, we're just going to sit here for 4 minutes.
Well, let me do another segment. We'll do a different kind of segment here.
I can make some news up.
You got some headlines, don't you?
Yeah. Rach, I'll give you what I was told early on in my career. Here's your time slot. If you're not ready for it, you're still filling it.
Right. Yeah. I got you guys covered. Okay, I actually have this very troubling study here that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and it's about Gen Z. We spend a lot of time talking about Gen Z, and anytime you talk about the different generations, I think we get into dangerous territory that we're like stereotyping this group of people as if they've all done something to deserve whatever is happening to them, which is ridiculous, right? It's all about the time you were born in, the culture you're raised in. That's why generations are different from each other. It's not because one is inherently good or one is inherently lazy or anything like that. But neuroscientists are claiming that Gen Z is the first generation in a very long time that is performing worse in school than the ones before them. Basically saying Gen Z is less intelligent than millennials were, than Gen X was. And you might just read that and be like, yeah, I knew they were dumb. But it's like, okay, so why is that? Like, what would lead to that?
That's a good one.
Obviously, it's not just like this is an inferior group of kids that were born, or they're just not smart. No, something's going on that makes them score lower on tests and have a harder time focusing. And it turns out the likely reason is because they grew up with constant screen time. They were really the first generation to have constant screen time. Because look, I'm a millennial. I was born in 1991. We had the internet and stuff when I was in high school, but it was on a family computer in the kitchen. I definitely didn't have a smartphone, anything like that. But if you're 10 years younger than me, like, yeah, you have just been on a screen this whole time. And these neuroscientists are saying, like, humans are biologically programmed to learn from other humans and from deep study, not from bullet point summaries and scrolling and, just quickly receiving very surface level information. So it's really hard for this generation to get into deep reading. Because like we were talking last week about these film school students don't want to sit through a whole film.
I'll throw another one on there
focusing.
too that goes along with all of these, because I am the parent of a Gen Z, soft parenting, like me.
I think those two things are tied together.
Not pushing them. Yeah. Oh, it's difficult for you, honey. Let me help you. As opposed to like, yeah, sucks to be in fourth grade. Yeah, I mean, just, we were forced to learn.
So let's break that down, because that's obviously not the children's fault. Like, if I would have been given the opportunity to have been soft parented, I think we all would have taken that. Like, oh, mom and dad are going to let me do whatever I want.
And as a kid, you don't know any better.
Exactly. So they're always going to take the path of least resistance. That's human nature. But why do you think Gen X has made the decision to soft parent the way they have. And we're seeing the trend continue in a lot of millennials because they're saying Gen Alpha is like the worst of the worst as far as like
I think
they
I
haven't
know.
been taught things.
I think I have all the answers today. And I'm basing this on my experience, but I think a lot of people my age had this experience. I think that we came out of childhood realizing that our parents didn't like us that much. Like they kind of had us like as accessories. Like, well, what are you going to do? You're back from World War II. Of course, you're going to have babies. I don't want them, but we got to feed them. And I think that we came out with a lot of anxiety and mental issues because of that. I know I did. And so when I had kids, it was like, well, I know one thing that's never going to happen. They're never going to not know that I love them. Mm-hmm. And they never did. They never once doubted that I loved them, but I could have shown them that I loved them more by being a stricter parent.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like that.
I don't think there's any question that the technology and the means of consuming information is maybe the middle ground of what leads to this, but the cause is more than that. I mean, social promotions in school, which, by the way, is due to mostly parental pressure, would be my guess. Who gets left behind? Because if you can't read, you should not be able to leave second grade.
Yeah, it's really only hurting the kid.
And I think we've got a combination of things. We've got the tech that changes the brain, right? I mean, you're processing information differently, but we're not adapting the teaching to that, or we're not taking the time to say, listen, I know this is hard, but you have to do it. And if you don't do it, you don't get to move ahead with your friends. And we have this combination of different things playing together where we kind of accommodate it. We're like, well, we don't want you to feel left out. Well, if you don't get the work done, feeling left out now is not going to be the worst of your problems. Feeling left out when you're 25 years old and you're 18 and you're not able to get into college because you can't pass the test. I think that there's, a middle ground where you can be demanding and set standards and say, this is it. And if you don't do it, there's no excuse. And we will help you do it. You're not on your own. We'll help you do it. And then also just there have to be consequences for not living up to standards. Otherwise, what's the point of even having them?
I'm really hoping that Gen Z are an average between my parents and my parenting, but we ruined them in some way, and they won't. I just always thought, like, my parents were too whippy. I was too non-whippy. Maybe Nick and Phoebe will be just the right amount of whippy, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get hit very much, but
and by whippy, I don't even mean spanking. I just mean,
like harsh
discipline. Discipline.
I mean, I had standards to live up to, and if I didn't, there would be consequences. And it didn't matter whether it was hard or easy.
Yeah.
I mean, again, for everybody, things are different. So for some people, reading comprehension, language skills, those things are difficult, and math may be easier.
Yeah.
For me, math was harder, and the language skills were easier. And obviously, when you're talking about a generation that's growing up on 30-second clips and not having long-term attention span, that can be worked with and around, but it takes time to do it. And you can't just leave it all to its own and then say, well, even if you don't live up to these standards, it's okay. You get to move on anyway.
Well, I'm of an age that I was classically trained in elementary school, junior high, high school, went to college, didn't have AI to cheat, went to law school. I'm a fairly educated guy. 3 years of TikTok has ruined me. I'm not proud of it. I'm not saying it to be cool. I can no longer read a book. I can barely watch a movie. And so if that's all you've ever known and you didn't really have any classic training, what do we expect? Of course. You're going to be compromised. I feel bad. Mostly because I can't read.
Well, it does seem like they're just going to have to take tech out of schools. I mean, we see more and more schools getting rid of cell phones. I think that's something that needs to happen. I understand why people don't want it to happen, but come on, we've got to get rid of kids scrolling all day.
I agree.
And they did a study across 30 countries looking at the data. Once they adopted digital technology widely in their schools, they saw performance go down significantly. You just kind of got to get back to basics to teach these kids.
How about that? Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to go read a book.
Yeah, good luck.
Good
luck. Tell you guys about my friend Charles D'Angelo. When I say Charles D'Angelo, you probably know the name Maybe you know his figure. He's like a big strapping, muscles upon muscle kind of guy, which is an interesting story because when he was a teenager, he was about 150, 160 pounds overweight. And when he was on the show last week, a couple weeks ago, he very honestly and poignantly told that story about how it affected him and what made him want to get in shape the first time. And, he and I have been gym rats together in the past, and I know his commitment. But one thing I've always loved about Charles is he'll be very honest with you and say, the means of losing weight, you eat this at this time, and you do these exercises at these times, are fairly simple, fairly straightforward. He doesn't claim any sort of, patentable process on that. But it's very difficult. You know this. I know this. Charles knows this. It's exceedingly difficult to do that for an extended period of time and meet your goals. That's where Charles comes in. The proof is in the pudding. He's helped thousands and thousands of people reach their weight loss and physical fitness goals, and maybe, give them some wisdom along the way, just about their life in general. You can meet with him in person. You can do Zoom calls. I did about an hour and 15-minute Zoom call with him about 3 weeks ago, and it was very, very impactful. And we didn't even plan it to be. He's just kind of that guy. So if you've been thinking about getting in shape, but you need a little bit of help, and you wouldn't mind even a little bit of help just with life, reach out to Charles. I think you're going to like him. That's charlesdangelo.com.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, this traffic reports a service of S&L Coins. On the Illinois side, we have backed up traffic, or at least heavy, let's call it pockets, on eastbound 64 from 255 midway up the hill to 159. Road work going on, but they also reported a crash in the middle of that as well, so they're responding to check on that. We had a crash southbound Route 3 past 8th Street. Southbound Route 3 is jammed back to the Poplar Street Bridge. Westbound 70 looks great this afternoon. No problem. Downtown all the way to St. Charles. Westbound 64, Kings Highway to McCausland's heavy. West of Winghaven, there's a couple of slow pockets out to 70. South 270, approaching Olive down to Ladue. There's just a little slow approaching Manchester, and 44 to Gravois, so starting to fill in the gaps there. Southbound 170 bogs down at Delmar. North 170, just a little slow. Scudder Airport Road, that's looking better. Eastbound 44, east of Grand to 55, you got roadwork delays. Southbound 55, Gasconade Bates, you've got the usual congestion. I'm Roger Brand at the Michaels Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
S&L Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call S&L. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. S&L Coin.
Every spring brings promises, and every spring delivers surprises. This year, the Cardinals are writing a new story, and there will be plenty of surprises. Matt Pauley is in Jupiter with inside access to Camp Cardinals.
Presented by St. Louis Composting. Composting, growing gardens and making memories. And Happy Roof. We always create happy endings.
From breakout performances to roster revelations, get reports throughout the day on the voice of the Cardinals. KMOX.
Make dinner, not reservations. Kenrick's Meat Market's complete Valentine's Day meal, including premium steak, side, salad, and dessert. Cook your perfect steak at home, all for only $59.99. Mention KMOX and receive a free bottle of wine, only at Kenrick's Meat Market.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like payroll manager.
Hi, my last paycheck was all in Icelandic krona.
You are welcome.
Welcome?
Given the exchange rate between the dollar and the krona, you're technically a millionaire now. Don't spend it all in one place.
I can't really spend it anywhere.
There's always Iceland.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply.
See website for additional details.
The Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union One, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
100 years. That's how long Overhead Door Company of St. Louis has been repairing and replacing garage doors. A century of trust in St. Louis. Always look for the iconic red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis for same-day repair service and no extra charge for evening or Saturday service. Trust your friends at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Schedule online at overheaddoorstlouis.com. That's overheaddoorstlouis.com.
Welcome back, DGS. Happy day after Super Bowl Monday. Skip will be here in a few minutes. Going to do the Sweet 16 of most iconic death scenes ever in a movie. That's always fun. Speaking of the Puppy Bowl, did you guys see I don't know whether he's an ICE agent or Border Patrol, I don't know, but the guy who kicked the puppy?
Yeah, it was
and broke his ribs.
I thought it was just a police
He
officer.
was God, what was it? Yeah, it was not one of the ICE things. It was something else.
Okay.
And I can't remember what it was, but it was it might have been just Homeland Security, but because he wasn't wearing a mask. This wasn't one of the ones we've seen. His face was shown.
It was a deputy U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, Marshal. That's what it was. Yeah. Just kick this little dog.
Damn.
Dog was running up to him.
Yeah, I saw it.
He's just running around. But I mean, that dog did not have A, the look of a menacing dog. B, that even if he did, he ain't doing anything because he was not very big and he wasn't very mean looking. And C, he looked like he was playing. He did not look like he was mean. That dude should get kicked in the ribs. Seriously, like somebody big should get to kick him in the ribs as hard as they can.
Let's call it even.
Yeah, I can't think of much that I hate more than being cruel to animals. They didn't ask for any of it. I mean, it's one thing if it's a attack dog that's locked on your arm. All right. I mean, there are extreme circumstances, but a little dog running around at your feet does not need to be kicked. You need to be kicked.
If you're struggling with weight and frustrated with dieting each and every year, Mark Patrick Hypnosis can help. Join the over 500,000 people who have attended Mark Patrick Hypnosis with great weight loss results. Mark Patrick Hypnosis will be in St. Louis on